Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the round 4 of the Ultimate Rugby Championship. We are going to be watching the game between the Stormers and also the Dragons, but there is another game going on at the exact same time. That is Ulster taking on the Lions. I will keep you guys updated on the score for that one as well as a little bit of Gallagher Premiership. It is Harlequins taking on the Sale Sharks. So we have got 3 fixtures all taking place at the same time, but I hope you guys are all doing well. We are sitting 7:30 a.m. in the morning New Zealand time. I don't think I've gotten up this early in a very, very long time. But there are quite a few good games of rugby on that we will be watching. But I hope you are all doing well. We have got Hanu in the chat at the moment. Welcome in, mate. And at this stage, do let me know who you think is going to be winning this game. The poll says that the Stormers are actually the favourites in that regard, although the betting odds do say that they are going to be the underdog for this match as well. Hey, mate, as well. Or hi, mate, says Johan as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hopefully, this is going to be a very good game. But what we will do is we will look through the starting lineups for the Dragons first of all, and they have got quite a few players who I am familiar with, which I'm quite happy about. The likes of Will Rollins, also Ross Moriarty, two very capable players, alongside Masaki Doug, who actually played a little bit for Fiji in the internationals a little bit earlier on in the season. Gonzalo Bertrano had a very good rugby championship in that number 9 jersey. He is an Argentine and he is a very capable player. Made 29 tackles in a single match of the rugby championship. Jordan Aloafella going to be starting out at number 11. He was actually at Leicester and also the Western Force that has now transitioned to be in the Dragons side. And then Jordan Williams, able to score himself a try last week, will be a player to look out for. And then the number 15 as well, we have got that, hey man, it's 8:31 p.m. in South Africa as well, says Barry Green. So an ideal time for a game of rugby. It is going to be kicking off in only 4 minutes' time, and there is going to be that Ulster taking on, they are playing the Lions as well, so 2 matches, and I will ask you guys the question, how many of these games this round, out of the 4, are the South African side's going to win? Do let me know. But now, looking through the South African side for this match, they have got in that front row Brock Harris, Skara Unterbeni, and then Johan Nederland-Forcher as that option. Ernest Van Renen, going to be starting at number 4. And also there is a debut in that 4-pack for Junior Pokomela in that number 6, replacing Nabakaba from last week. Efan Ruas, he is a player to look out for. If you haven't seen him play before, you're going to see a very dangerous ball runner and just an absolute beast of an individual. Ankura at number 9 with Mani Labok, starting at number 10 rather than Swell, who was there last week. Edward Funnemover, the quick feet of that man, could be dangerous in this one. And then Warwick Gallant actually able to score himself a try last week as well. So both fullbacks coming off tries. So we'll be interested to see how they go in this one as well. But looking through the United Rugby Championship table as it is sitting, Munster, Ulster and Leinster all sitting at the top. Glasgow and 4th on that 11 points. And then looking down just a little bit further, you see the Dragons in 8th with the Stormers. They are sitting currently in 15th, but they would absolutely love, after their draw last week, to be able to get themselves back in winning form, of actually back into a win, because of the fact that they have not had one in this competition so far. But they were having a decent Super Rugby, or sorry, not a Super Rugby, a United, no, not the United, it was the Rainbow Cup. They didn't have a too bad of a performance in that competition, so we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case as well. And at this one, we have got the Roche should go on the end of year tour with the Springbok squad as well, says Andrew Warren. That would actually be pretty awesome if they did decide to do that, because he is definitely a future Springbok. Him, and there's a couple other youngsters who are almost getting themselves the opportunity. I know that a lot of people wanted to see Johan Horsen, although unfortunately, due to that big injury that he has had, it could mean that he is out for a little while here. But Ethan Royce, very good player. My voice is trying to disappear. It doesn't sound too good after yesterday's live stream, that is for sure. But hopefully it does come right there. They are showing the Stormers lineup once again on the screen at the moment. But I will show you guys the benches, because this is where I feel a lot of these players, that's the wrong game. We will go to this bench instead. That is the one that we're after. But pretty much, I think Paul DeVette, he scored his try last week and he looked very strong while he was starting. Also, Dennison, always a physical player. And I think this is where maybe the Stormers might have that little tiny bit of an advantage, other than when you look at Rodri Williams in the number 22 jersey for the Dragons. He is an absolute beast, and he was able to actually work very hard in last week's match up against Connacht, where they were able to get their first win of this year, the Dragons. But now at this stage, it is going to be the number 1, Brock Harris, making his way out onto the field to lead out the Stormers as well for this match. And we have got the hey howdy hey yo as well, says Katie Dixon. Welcome into the live stream. Go Stormers, says Johan, and what up? Says Henry Samuel, welcome in. And hey Hamish, I hope you're well. Sorry I missed the NPC stream with the George emojis and the Hamish emoji there as well. No worries at all. It would have been a very early morning start for you, I believe, Katie, if I'm not wrong. And Ethan Roy's the next, Dwayne Vermeulen as well. And who are you supporting, says Johan. I feel like I'm pretty mutual for these ones, although I do like seeing the South African sides find themselves in a little bit of form And we do actually know now that the Stormers, their fixtures are going to be taking place on South African soil, which is pretty awesome indeed. But at this stage now, we are just seeing that we are moments away from the kickoff for the Stormers versus Dragons game. Like I mentioned, I am going to have the other game up on my screen as well, where we are seeing the referee just about to get this one underway as well. So we are going to be watching both games at the same time alongside the Gallagher Premiership where it starts up as well. This might be confusing, but hopefully it does all work out for us. But it looks like the Dragons, they are ready to go. They are at home for this game, and they were almost able to beat Leinster a couple of weeks ago. Hamish, frozen face emoji finally as well, says Katie Dixon. But the Dragons are going to be the side kicking off now. It's Sam either Davis or Davies. I've heard people say it both ways on the commentary, so I'm not too sure what one to go with, but we will go Sam Davis for now. And if we get corrected, then we get corrected. But he is going to be kicking off this one right to left. And the United Rugby Championship round 4 is going to be underway. And the Dragons going to be kicking it off straight into the hands of the Stormers. No, it's not straight into the hands because it's gone straight through the hands of Rohan now. And now it does mean that it's going to be a scrum feed for the Dragons very early on in this fixture as well. Stormers fever and goes Stormers. Make us proud tonight as well, says Antoinette. And tell you what, other than that little bit of a drop there, the Stormers, I feel like they aren't hugely the underdog for this game. They have got some very class players out on the field. High Stormers 15 plus as well, says Johannes for the prediction there. But yeah, at this stage, hopefully we do get to see a very high-scoring game of rugby. I feel like the Ulster game taking on the Lions will be a higher-scoring one, but this game I think will be a lot closer. So I'm a little bit excited about both of them. But what we will do is we will put it up down the bottom, the Dragons try scorers, the Stormers try scorers, and then the other live matches. And anytime there are any points in those other fixtures, I'll be sure to update them as well. Go Dragons with the ball in the 10 as well, says Katie Dixon there. And they have got a few very good players, the Dragons, as well. But at the moment, it is a halfway line out for that Lions versus Ulster game as well. They are showing Scudder into Benny, very capable player in that front row, alongside Harris and Nettling for Share. So I feel like scrum advantage, although I want to say scrum advantage to the Stormers, but I'm not too sure because they have also got a very good pack, the Dragons, with Bateman, D and Dog in that front row, who was able to score himself a try last week. Everyone was scoring last week. That is for sure. It's gone down in the front row there. And it was on this far side to the referees, so they are going to have the scrum reset. Hey, mate, as well. Says Eddie, welcome into the live stream, mate. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think is scoring the first try of this match, the exact player. I'm going to say it's going to be either Aaron Wainwright, number 8 for the Dragons, or number 8 for the Stormers, Ethan Ruas. I'm going to say that someone is going off the back of a scrum, perhaps, and going to be able to pick themselves up a try. Good early bit of movement here from the Lions in their game as well, driving their way forward. Big love. I feel like this might be the Stormers' first URC victory as well. Yeah, they got very close last week, 20-20 up against Edinburgh. Extremely close in that regard, but just missed out in the end. But overall, last round for the South African sides, it wasn't terrible because they did get 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 close loss, and that was for the Lions, where they did lose 13 points to 9. So a few close games, and the South African side starting to find that little bit more of their footing. It's going to be Wainwright breaking off the back of the scrum now. He's going to be dragged down. Ethan Rice trying to get straight on the ball, not quite able to now, trying to break the line, finds the offload almost. And it is going to be put down in the in-goal area, and I believe it is now going to be a goal line dropout. Yes, it is for the Stormers. So Marnie Lebock looks like he's about to get it underway. We have also got the Go Quins too as well, and we are going to have that game right up there. So I am going to be able to see 3 games at once, which might work or it might not work, but we will have to wait and see. But it was Will Rowlands that they are saying maybe knock that ball on, but in the end are going to be the Stormers winger as well. So I assume that would be, or Edwell van der Merwe is a very good shout. And then also they have got Leolin Zas out on the other wing for this game. But Marnie Lebock with the kickoff as well, plays for the Sharks during it was actually the Curry Cup he was playing for them. So he has gone to the Stormers for this competition, but now going to be firing it back once again. It is going to be Gonzalo Burrano, very capable player for Argentina. And also out on the wing, it's going to be Jordan Oloafella, who knows a thing or two about Argentine halfbacks from his time at the Western Force, and Scudder first try as well. Says Johannes, little kick in mind here from the Dragons. It was Davis, puts it in behind, but it's going to be taken nicely by Zas now. Using the back line now. And it's going to be out into the hands of Warwick Gallant, trying to find his way forward. Oh, he's dropped the ball. No, he hasn't. He's actually passed it. It looked like a weird angle, but now spinning out of the tackle. It is going to be Rohan now. 25 metres out from their own line here, the Stormers. Going to the short side now, trying to link up. But the ball has gone down, and now it's available for the Dragons. Unfortunately, mistake there for the hands. And Ulster have scored the first try of the match. I see in the other match that has taken place of the United Rugby Championship. Nice little set play off the line out, and they were able to score at their number 7. I will find out exactly who that is in a short moment, but now the Dragons, they have got this ball once again, 35 minutes out, straight out in front, and it's going to be in the hands of Misaki Dog. Bertrano once again going to be using Davis with the step as well, trying to break all of the line. Willie Engelbrecht though. Now Bertrano sees the space in behind and puts it into the 22. Once again, it will be put back across for Gallant, and he is going to be kicking this one back downfield. Hasn't found touch this game, hasn't it? A stoppage in a little while, but now it's going to be Jordan Williams with the skinny ball, and it has still just found the hands of Marty Lebock. Now Gallant going to be kicking it back, and surely this one, no, it's not going into touch. We're still going. Davis passes it back across field, and now it's going to be the step and feet of Holmes with the spin as well, but great tackle on him by it was Morat. Now Davis once again rushed defence there. Rohan now shunted off, but in the end, it was Owen who was dragged down on the halfway line. There's Rano kicking behind here once again. There has not been a stoppage for a very long time in this game so far. Now Marnie Lebock kicking it back down the middle of the field, so that one will not be finding touch. And it's sitting up nicely here for Sam Davis once again. Going in behind, he's trying to get that 50-22. It's going close, but instead Warwick Gallant is still back there. The territory battle between these two sides. That one has gone into touch from Gallant now. And we will be putting the one on the board now. So pretty much Ulster's number 7 was the man who was able to get the try there. Oh. Okay, they were saying that maybe he took it outside of the 22, but by the looks of this, no, he's completely fine there, Warwick Gallant, and we are going to be adding the 5-0 at the moment for Ulster in the early stages of their game as well. So they're doing a decent start to this game alongside maybe another Northern Hemisphere side, depending on how it goes for the Dragons. They've had more of the possession. Little kicking behind from Davis. Once again, going for the cross kick, taken by Gallant, who is marking everything at the moment. Getting close to the touchline, throws it back on the inside to Zuss. And I do see that they have actually put Edwell van der Merwe out on the right wing for this match rather than the left, like he was initially announced. And we have also got there. Ulster didn't take long. That's a bonus point victory for sure against the Lions. And also, Sister of the Vampire Nation, I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're well too, says Sebastian there. And at the chat, but yeah, it didn't take them too long at all, although they did miss the kick. Running forward once again here, the Stormers going to be able to have this one in possession. It is the man on debut, Pukamelo, who did have his hands on the ball. Gallant once again sends it to the right boot. Taken by Jordan Olawafela. He got himself a hat-trick in Super Rugby AU, and it was actually the one game that was a defeat for the Reds that he was able to help get the win. Now it's going to be Marnie Lebock now with a couple steps as well, close to the touchline. Offload stuff under Merva. He's opened up the space now, but I believe, have they gone back? Yes, they have. It's a forward pass, unfortunately, but Van der Merwe with their hands on the ball. Dragons, good says Hicks. They've got quite a few good players, although so far they have not been able to get themselves a win, but that is the same for Stormers as well. And they did actually have a very close game with Leinster, the Dragons. It was 7 points to 6 in the end, and they just missed out on pulling off probably the upset of the whole competition if they were able to get their 1 8 AM stream. Says Hicks that it is indeed the earliest live stream that we have done that I've actually tried to sleep through the night beforehand. Because we have done a couple kind of 7:45 start times, although they are normally due to me being up completely throughout the whole night. Hey, Katie, Sebastian, and everyone, and you have changed your picture there. Crazy and Zeta, welcome in to the live stream as well, mate, and Hamish emojis from Katie Dixon there. And also, my heart shattered. I watched the last minutes of the stream, and I couldn't believe that actually happened on stream as well. Says Sebastian, yeah. Was very unfortunate. That is the Xbox blowing up. Anyone who didn't see that, it was on the Kiwi Lads gaming channel. Also, anyone who hasn't seen the fact that Ulster are actually playing at the moment, it was their number 7, Timony, who was able to score that opening try of the match for them. And a nice little set play. That's going to be a penalty to the Dragons, 40 metres out on the angle. And they may consider giving this ball to Davis to get himself some early points on the ball. But Nettling Fouché is looking disappointed, as that one has just gone down on the front row, unfortunately for him. Kaboom went the Xbox as well. Hope you're well, brother. And it's a 7-6 final score. How so low? As well, C6. I think it was just a case of both sides just kept on cancelling each other out, and no one could get that momentum going. Like Leinster scored their try in the first, I want to say it was about the first 15 minutes or so. And then also they did get a yellow card. Okay, they're kicking for the corner here. It's going to be Jordan Williams now, who has decided. Oh, no, that's a big mistake there. And it's not actually Jordan Williams. I believe that's actually Josh someone that I'm trying to think of, but I can't quite think of the first name. But he hasn't got that one right, unfortunately, for him. And that one is going to be going dead. So it means that now they have blown that 3-point opportunity, unfortunately, for them. We have got How's It Mate from Shark Brain as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Do let me know. Yeah, it's Josh Lewis, actually, for this match. So I'll have to remember that name. But it was originally announced as Jordan Williams, which is where that confusion kind of came from. Oh, by the way, I sense a centre scoring the try for the Stormers. I say Dan Duplessis as well. Sebastian, and also Shale Sharks will kill Harlequins today. And the good news is that game is about to start, and I will be able to keep you guys updated on that one as well. But now we have got a scrum, and it is going to be the Stormers feed, but an early mistake from the Dragons when they were trying to go for the corner. But Ulster don't look like they're making too many mistakes at the moment in their backline, almost able to pierce their way through once again inside of the 22. We have got ourselves the scrum 9 minutes into this game at the moment, and it is going to be the scrum feed of the Stormers. It's going to be the backline movement now. They have been able to retain that one. Warwick Gallant now trying to fend his way through, but Davis going to be able to drag him down 40 metres out at the moment from the Stormers' own line. Time for a glass of blood as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got their Dragons will win this game as well. They are the favourite for this one, although I believe the Stormers are almost the smallest underdog other than maybe the Bulls of the weekend, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So they will be hoping to be able to pull off the upset. Manning LeBock, little grubber in behind, just a pass across field. It's gone into touch though. And now Willie Engelbrecht just not quite able to take it back. Oh, wait, what stream did Xbox go boom as well? CCX, it was on the Kiwi Lads gaming channel for the GTA weekly update. And pretty much what happened was my Xbox, I saw about, it kind of crackled and then there was just a big spark. And then now the Xbox does not turn on. So unfortunately, I've either got to replace it or repair it. Which does mean the Kiwi Lads gaming channel is slightly on hold at the moment, sadly, due to the fact that I don't actually have an Xbox to play the games on. But now it's going to be a line out for the Dragons. 45 metres out from the line. Bertrand fires across to Davis now, using Ross Moriarty. Is always very strong with Gary Bertrand firing it back to Davis, who was in the pocket. Felt like too much pressure on the man, so now it's going to be kicked behind. Josh Lewis tries the low kick this time. Claimed by Zas, who passes across the air. Well funded Merva trying to pierce the line. He is going to be dragged down once again here. And the Stormers at the moment, they haven't really had too much of the ball, but when they have been going forward. Scudder into Benny now. Not quite able to link up with anyone, and it is still going to be just on the side, and they've got the advantage now for the Stormers as well for a knock-on. Still available. Dan Duplessis now gives it off to Ifa Roas, lined up early on by, I believe it was Will Rolland, or actually that would have been Ben Cardu was able to make that tackle. When you said boo, I thought a small implode as well. CSX, and also we have got the last stream, GTA stream, brother. It was wild as well, and also we have got there's only one way to life of the way of the Quins as well, and at this stage, they have actually kicked off for that Sale Sharks versus Harlequins game, which is great to see, and I will be keeping you guys informed of any time that there are scores, any tries, I should say. Knock on from Berger Oldendale in the game up against the Lions, but now we have just got another wee stoppage for drinks at this stage, very specific as well, says Hex, and also we have got there, sounded like a squirrel got caught in a bug zapper as well, and also cheers, says Sebastian there, but now at this stage, Scudder into Benny, just getting a little bit of ice on the ankle. He was stepping around just a little while ago, Scudder into Benny. And maybe that is why they are just trying to make sure that he is still good to go. We have got there, it sounded like Pikachu having a piss as well. Says Sebastian, it goes specific. It sounds like you've heard it as well. Oh, so specific, it sounds like you've heard it as well. Says Hex there. Yeah, at this stage, though, it does mean, we were playing GTA, which is slightly annoying because of the fact I think I have GTA 5 on PC, but I haven't actually played it before because of the fact that I haven't actually had a PC that has been able to run it as well. But I will mention anyone who is new, surely also subscribe to the channel because we are going to be covering more of the United Rugby Championship games as they are happening this weekend. Also, the Gallagher Premiership, Bunnings NPC in New Zealand, and then once we get to those international fixtures, we are going to be covering every single one of them on the channel as well, including the Springboks taking on England, All Blacks taking on France, you name it, we are showing it, or we are talking about it on the channel, I should say. But now it is going to be the line out. Elliot D trying to get that one, but now it's going to be on the side of the Stormers, and they have been able to steal it at line out time, 45 metres out at the moment. And it is going to be Nkura now passing it back, needling for Shea in the carry, but he is shut down straight away by, it was Will Rollins, and also being carted there, but Dan Duplessis now putting it back onto the boot. Once again, going to be going high just inside of the 22. And then it was Josh Lewis decides against the mark and kicks it way downfield. And the Stormers are going to have to line out once again, at least to Rockstar to blow your Xbox up as well. And also we have got there in the chat, who's that dude who always donates to you as well? CCX, I believe you are talking about Steve Smith. We haven't actually seen him for over a week, though, I don't believe, Steve. So I'm not too sure what he is up to. But we have been missing him on the Harlequins live streams as well, or the actual, Exeter Chiefs live streams. He does love himself some Stuart Hogg. We have got there Dupree brothers and Tuolangi lining up for Sale Sharks. So good night, Quins, as well. And I do see them at the moment. They've also got Tom Curry in there as well. So they've got a very good four-pack, the Sale Sharks. So it's whether or not they can hold off the defending champs, the Harlequins, or not. That's going to be the penalty. Dragged down there from the Dragons at line out time. So it does mean that it is going to be now the Stormers penalty here. We have got there, when I lived in England, I was a chippy one night after drinking, and a bird flew into a shop and directly into the bug zapper. So as well. Says Katie Dixon, that would have been a traumatic experience, I would have thought. Now, at this stage, Ulster are actually only 5 minutes out at the moment. Also, we have got there, Steve Smith is going to pay for your new Xbox, maybe even the Series Xbox as well, and poor Bird as well, C6 there. But now Kicking it downfield for the Stormers. They have not found touch now, so that is a mistake on both ends in terms of who has been able to find the touchline. Sam Davis now kicking out downfield on the left. Has not found touch. Once again, this game is going to be played at a frantic pace. It's going to be who can keep up with it. Gallant now kicking it for the 50-22, but I believe he did take it back. So because of it, it does mean that it will be the line-out throw of the Dragons. I want to say that it would be. They are saying on the commentary that it's a line-out for the Stormers, but I believe, was it taken into their own half? No, sorry, it might not have been. It's whether or not Marnie Lebock did run. No, he didn't. So that is going to be the 50-22, and the Stormers going to have the attacking line-out. My mistake there. And also, it was okay, just a bit rattled as well, says Katie Dixon, but that was a brilliant kick downfield from the Stormers. The Dragons fullback, he decided against trying to get it. There's a little bit of push and shove at the moment in the Harlequins game. There's about 5 guys wrestling at the moment. Harlequins, Sharks, everyone fired up. Everyone's got everyone in kind of like different holds of the USC. This is an interesting situation. And now at this stage, it's going to be the rolling ball, scutter into Benny at the back of it for the Stormers, trying to march it for 14 minutes into this game at the moment, and the score still remains 0-0 as well. Hamish, I know it's tough, but can you tell us the Lions score as well? Says Shark Brown, I can indeed at the moment. It is 5-0 after 15 minutes, and I have got it. It will pop up across the bottom of the screen as well. Every once in a while, Ifan Ruas now only 5 meters out for the Stormers. And now almost on the ball. No, it's going to be, is it a penalty? Yes, it's going to be the advantage, though, to the Stormers. Now they're only going to be a few meters out. It's going to be Pokomela dragged down now using the backline. Nkura now off to Gallant trying to pierce the line, but he is going to be dragged down by Dixon in the midfield. At this stage now, the Stormers, they are the most attacking position on the field that they have been throughout this whole match. It's going to be Nkura. Did he juggle it? He did possibly drop it, but it went backwards, and it's still available for them 7 meters out, and it's going back now because of the knock on there. And they are going back for the penalty. Ref is done with the shenanigans of the Quins game as well, says Katie Dixon. And also to Pereira Brothers, have you seen Marcus Smith and Alex Dombrand by any chance? They are probably over the Sale touchline as well. And also we have got I heard George say in that stream as well, says he does swear on those ones. First time I heard him swear. Yeah, normally throughout those Kiwi Lads gaming live streams, he swears quite often. I don't know whether or not I've sworn on there though, that I can think of, but now it is going to be Marnie Lebock straight out in front for the Stormers. They are going to be able to get first blood in this match with 3 points. And also we have got their Quins won't win this game. The Sharks will hunt them today. It's obviously Shark Brand, and also we have got their Stormers please win C6 there. And at the moment it is Ross, and also I believe it's Dom Brandt just getting told off a little bit in that Cell Sharks one. We have got Shayna said can show us the game as well. Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I was to show any match footage or audio, they take us straight off YouTube and we get banned. So I do apologize for that in advance, but I will try my best, I should say, to be able to keep you updated with the ones as well. We have got there, now you say buggered as well. Says Exit. Also the George of the Billy emoji from Crazy Z. Go Dragons. And also there will be blood in that Harlequins game as well. And I feel like the way that both sides are playing, there possibly could be, because of the fact they've already had a bit of a battle, but now the Lions are actually only going to be a few minutes out for Tachuka. Getting extremely close to the line as well, and it is going to be the Dragons who will be kicking this one off, but the Lions going to be using their back line, draw and pass, and it's actually going to be the try to the Lions here, and they have been able to score it. And it was their number 14, but that was a brilliant run there from the Dragons and a massive hit from Pokomela there. We'll get you guys exactly who the try scorer was in that other match, but the Lions, I believe they have been able to score themselves that try. That will now give them the lead. It was a draw and pass from Phil Ewan out to number 14 for the Lions. And I am just going to quickly check to see exactly who that is. It was the number 14. It was actually Pina who was able to score that one. And now they have been able to take it back to a draw, that one. And it's been knocked on there by the Stormers. And now it's going to be the scrum feed for the Dragons. And they're going to be about 30 meters out or so for this one as well. Double blow of the whistle here at the moment. The time is off because of a stoppage, but the Lions, they have been able to score themselves a try. So now because of it, they are leading that game 7-5 of Ulster. And tell you what, if they won that game, that would be probably the biggest upset for a South African side so far in the competition, because they were paying about $8 to a very small number for Ulster as well. And also Stormers as well, says Diego and brother Johnny as well in the chat. Welcome in, Johnny Plays. And also we have got there in the chat as well. You know you're not the Sharks, do you, as well, says Batch. And also we have got there in the chat, Stormers for the win, says Diego. And also at this stage, Jordan Olawafeli was able to knock it back onto the side of the Dragons. I believe they are just checking something here, but the Sale Sharks driving their way forward at the moment. The Dupree, one of the brothers. I believe they're just trying to check whether or not there was a fair contest in the air, and it doesn't look too bad in my opinion. And also, on what channel are you watching the game? I am in New Zealand, and I am watching it on Spark Sport. And they actually have the other game between the Lions and Ulster as well. And then for the Gallagher Premiership game I am watching it on, it is Sky Sport 1 here in New Zealand as well. Poor Fifi as well. CCX, and also we've got the hey all and Stormers, says Diego as well. But hopefully, Johnny, I assume Saturday you do get the day off, maybe, if I'm not wrong there. But yeah, hopefully you've been enjoying it. But they are just showing there Poca Mello, and also it was Willie Engelbrecht. He is not going to pass on the opportunity of being able to whack a halfback if he's in the right place at the right time. Lions got a try in Belfast, not too shabby at all as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got their spark thought. How ironic, considering what happened to your Xbox as well. Says Sexy, it is slightly unfortunate in that regard, but now it's going to be driving forward. Beautiful offload, Ross Moriarty on the 22 here for the Dragons. No one has scored a try in this match yet, but it could be about to change. Good driving run there from, it was Tane Basham, just bashing into the line. I guess you could say Elliot D now carrying it 15 metres out. Bertrano going short side. Davis, flat ball to the hands of Lewis. And at the moment, the Dragons, they are looking like they want to be able to score the first try of this game as well. Rollins with another carry going back into the hands now of Misaki. Doggies dropped the ball, though. It's a knock on. And now it does mean that it is going to be in the hands of the Stormers. Almost contested, still available. And now it will be fired back for Galante. He has got a long boot, and he certainly uses it there into the half of the Dragons. Now on the halfway line, it's Sam Davis. Sells the dummy for the kick, and now he's going through. Sam Davis dragged down by Scudder and Tabini. He put in a good shift to get across to him. Now it's going to be Gonzalo Bertrano just running sideways. Nailed in a tackle, though, by Brock Harris. At this stage now, once again, it's going to be Rollins trying to pierce the line around the side of the breakdown, but still available at the moment for the Dragons. Bertrano now fires it back once again. Oh, big hit there on Greg Bateman by, it was, I believe it was Salmon Morat. They're now using that back line, drawing pass, forward pass, was it? No, it isn't. They are going to be continuing. They may go back and have a look for that one, though, depending on how it goes. Oh, another big bit of a crash ball from Tane Basham. Now it's going short side. Bertrano tries to link up with his winger, but he hasn't really got any space on that side. Now going back, Wainwright. Beautiful ball into the hands of Ben Carter once again. Bertrano gives it to Bateman, and he is going to be shut down once again by the Stormers defence. They've actually got, I believe I heard it last week, they've one of the strongest defences in the competition in terms of the amount of tackles that they make per game, in terms of that percentage of tackle, I should say. But now it's going to be once again going back into the hands of Carter. Driven back by the Stormers, and they are still going to be about that 35 metres out, straight out in front. Ross Moriarty now getting that carry off Scudder into Betty. There's some big contact going on in this game at the moment. No, now Sam Davis drawing past. It's a knock on, though. And it was from Jack Lewis, and now it is going to be the scrum feed for the Stormers. Great defence there, though, to be able to hold them out as long as they did. As Ulster, a weak team in this tournament as well, Sue Sharkbrain, they are actually sitting third at the moment, or second, I believe. I will show the table for you guys who are watching. Munster sitting in first, then Ulster sitting in second. But they haven't played any South African sides yet. You just see that big hit on Tane Basham by, I believe, I want to say that it was Morat. Yes, it was. It was a very big bit of contact there. But pretty much at this stage, there is a team down the bottom there, and that is Zebre, who are not being shown at the moment because of the fact that they have got the try scorers and whatnot going across the bottom. We haven't had any tries scored yet in this game, though. Is the referee going upstairs for this one? Where's he heading at the moment? He's going to the posts. And yes, he is actually going for the TMO. They are going to be checking this tackle by Morat to make sure it was a legal one. And Lions are going to get pumped as well. And Leinster as well. Says Katie in question. Odds were against the Stormers. But here, most of you vote they will win. Any reason why as well? Says Warriors only, I believe. Oh, that's a big bit of contact from Morat. I want to say that he was wrapping the arms. I believe it is because our audience, I believe we've got quite a few South Africans who do enjoy watching these live streams. So that might be why it has ended up in that situation of it going that way. But yeah, on the odds, they were all the underdog, I believe, the Stormers. Also, the Lions were also about the biggest underdog of the round almost. I want to say that, unfortunately, Morat here, I believe they can't give him a card for this. He did make contact with the shoulder, but the player was ducking down a little bit. So surely this is going to be all right. Okay, perfect response as well, says Warriors only. And also, are the Duprez brothers playing, mate? I believe they are. And also, I do see Tom Curry is in that midfield, or sorry, in that loose forward trio. Morat was just a big hit. And I believe because of the fact that he was ducking down there just a little bit, Tane Basham, this should be fine. This one shouldn't always back the underdog as well, says Lion. And also, I don't watch this tournament. Someone give me a team to support as well, says Hex. I know that Leinster and Munster are both going to be right up there at the end, but you could back one of the South African sides if you decide to. You know, that wasn't contact to the head. It made contact afterwards. Oh, okay. So this shouldn't be a card, but I believe they're looking at it many, many times, which makes me worried a little bit here for Morat. They are saying that it was the neck area. It's actually going to be a yellow card here for Morat as well. And we have got the other Bulls from Hex and also Leinster says Katie Dixon and Bulls because they cool as well, says Hex. But yeah, at this stage, it sounds like they are going to be giving Morat a yellow card for this one because of the fact that it was contact with the neck in the end on Tame Basham. I thought maybe because of the fact that he was ducking just that little bit more, it would mean that it wasn't going to be what place on the ladder as well. Says Hex, I will put up the table once again so you can decide exactly who you want to support. I assume you're not supporting Zebre, who are sitting in 16th, but you've got a few options here. The South African sides, I believe by the end of this competition, those four will be somewhere around here. I think they will be at the mid and maybe even a couple be able to leapfrog themselves because of the fact that they are going to be playing in South Africa for a couple of those games. Marcus said Leinster is the side to support, and also we have got there most likely the final will be Leinster versus Munster, aka the mental contest in rugby as well, says Sebastian. Also there we have got the support the Sharks, mate, and also here comes sticking with the Bulls as well, CC. So they are sitting in 14th, but they have got a game up against Cardiff, who are in 9th, I believe, as well, CC. And also we have got there, 10 out of 10 out of 10 as well from Katie Dixon. I know Tuolangi will score a try. So he is a very capable player. It's a knock on there from Sale Sharks, unfortunately for them. And now it does mean that it is going to be possibly the backline movement for the Harlequins. They're trying to get that draw and pass. Marcus Smith is out on the field at the moment. He is one to watch in that game. Also, Alex Donbrandt, they are saying that it is going to be the yellow card for Morat. And because of it, he is asking the question of was he ducking down a little bit more? And the referee has said, I'm sorry, mate, but you are going off the field. I'm a betting man here in Mexico as well. Any advice or tips on tomorrow's game of Benetton versus Ospreys? Says Warriors only. Unfortunately, I am one of the worst people when it comes to trying to predict games. I have learned, like, pretty much I am always a mile off, which makes it very tricky. But I feel like I want to say the Ospreys will win that one, but then they did lose their game last week by a few points, and Benetton haven't really seen too much of them this year, so I feel like that would be quite a tough one to save it. Maybe the Ospreys, but maybe not. Please do not take my advice there, because of the fact that I could well truly have it wrong. I only go for Benetton, brother, as well, suspicious. So that is the opposite side. It's Sale Sharks try. It is looking like it is going to be indeed the draw and pass, and then it is the try in the end. For it was actually Quirk who was able to score it, so we will add that one, and it will be a nice, easy 3 points for them, 2 points as well. So we will add that one to the try scorers list. But we haven't had a try in this game yet, but I assume we are going to get to see one at some stage, definitely because of the fact that the Stormers are now down to the 14 men. It's going to be available at the scrum time once again here for them. We are going to put this one back up on the screen. There we go. And also we have got there, only go for more money as well, says Hex. And also there, we have got there, thank you for your honesty as well, says Warriors. Only no worries, mate. Now it's going to be Bertrand. No. Goes to Elliot D, 10 metres out. And straight on from Bertrand. No, now fires it all. It's going to be the number 13, Dixon, jumps into the tackle. So it is going to be still available. Davis now trying to offload it, and he's put himself under pressure. Taking it nicely, though, trying to get back to the feet. And straight on the ball, it was almost Pokomela going short side. Now it's going to be their number 11, Jordan Alua. I couldn't think of the name there. No, it was something starting with a J, and the ball's been stripped. And now Edwell van der Merwe kicks it into touch. It's only going to be a couple metres out from the line, but that was a nice little bit of play there from it was the Dragons. We have got their Tuolangi, is out together with glue, staples, and strapping with his body, or will his body hold together for England. It's a struggle for him, I think, because of the fact he's only just returned from injury and then he had a week off, which I'm not sure whether or not that was something to do with an injury or there was just the case of them trying to rest him a little bit more. But unfortunately, he's such a good player, but it's his body that at the moment is letting him down. And he hasn't really been able to find that continuous momentum. Well, the Quins winning it in the second half, in it as well, says Sebastian. That's the thing. They were down by a lot of points in the earlier stages of that match up against the Bristol Bears, and they came back. It was a fly half for Sale Sharks, mate, as well. Says it was Shark Brain. I'll have to have a quick look to see whether or not I can see him in the later stages. I haven't actually got their lineup. I've got the two United Rugby Championship lineups that can pop up on the screen, but unfortunately, not that one as well. We have got their Premiership Rugby app sleeping. They're still saying it's 2 minutes into the game, and also we have got there, won't the Stormers go past the Bulls if they win on the ladder as well? Says Hex, I believe they would, because the Bulls, they have been able to get themselves to one win, whereas there is actually, okay, I've just been given a spoiler. I did update my scoreboard, but it's going to be the grubber of mine, and it's going to be the try there for Josh Lewis. That is the worst possible timing that I could have done that. I wanted to make sure that the time was a little bit closer to up to date, and Josh Lewis just scores the try for the Dragons between the posts. We will be adding that one to the try scorers list. The thing is, that is the only try in the first 23 minutes. What are the chances of me clicking on that at the exact time that they decided to score it? Josh Lewis was the little kick of mine by Davis straight between the posts, and it was taken, and it was put down as well by Josh Lewis, and he has been able to score it. Sam Davis puts it straight down the middle as well. So now the score after 23 minutes, or 22 minutes, sorry, with a yellow card advantage here at the moment for the Dragons. They are going to be sitting 7-3 up over the Stormers. There we go. We have got there. How's your mum, Kiwi lads, as well, says Barry Green. She is doing very well. I believe she's been quite busy over the last couple of weeks or so, which is why I haven't been able to get her back on another one. And Josh Lewis sounds cool as well. Says Hex, and also try, says Sebastian. And also can't wait for the European teams to come to sunny Republic. We need to give them the brown grass as well, says Morse. And also we have got the Quins try in the chat as well. Oh, I'm looking up just at the time. Marcus Smith using the back line there for the Harlequins. It's going to be the wide pass out to, I believe, I want to say that's Joe Marchant out on the wing, is it? Is it Joe Marchant? Surely it's not. Normally he does play in the centre. So my game is about, I guess, maybe about a minute or two behind, which is kind of good because I can look up it right at the time that there is going to be the try perhaps, but they had the advantage there. The Harlequins kicked off there, and Bert Renault kicking it now into touch here. Oh, no, he didn't. Once again, not finding the touchline. Gallant passes it across. Efa Ruas. He's going to build up some steam now, the big man. Trying to pierce the gap, but he is going to be dragged down in the end with a good tackle from Will Rowlands. But yeah, the Harlequins, they were able to score that. I'm just waiting to see exactly who it was to pop the head up. It was actually Danny Kerr, the number 9, who was able to score himself the try there. It's taken the mark there, Davis inside of the 22, and we will add that one to the try scorers list for the Harlequins. So now they are sitting 7-7 at the moment in their game up against the Sale Sharks. Ulster's game at this stage, they are 29 minutes in, and they are still sitting 5 points to Ulster and 7 to the Lions. So they are still in the lead at this stage. Once again, missing touch there from Sam Davis, and now Ephraim Ruas going to be building up some steam once again. They're shutting them down quite well so far throughout the early stages, and Quins and Sharks currently in a draw. They are indeed. Marchant is 14 tonight, so he has actually transitioned to the right wing. It did look like him, but I wasn't too sure whether or not. I tell you what, it's going to be the Stormers as the ball bouncing. Oh, Gallant took the arm there just outside of their own 22, and it's going to be claimed by Holmes. Now going short side, Bert Renault. They've got the advantage as well here. Now trying to break the line. He's going for it. Was their number 13 in this one, Jack Dixon. 40 metres out, Bert Renault now. Passing it back, and Davis looking for the 50-22 perhaps. If he can't get it there, it's going to be going close to the touchline, but Manny Lebok is back there to cover. And now he's going to be trying to kick this one towards the touchline by the looks of it. He does indeed. And now it is going to be the line out for the Dragons. Once again, we have got there. How's your mum? And never. How's your auntie as well? Says Hickson. Also, I've got there. Wait, I think I'm ahead of everyone. My bad for spoilers. It's kind of good though, Katie, because of the fact that I can look up at the right time to be able to see the try, because I am watching it on Sky Sport now, and I believe they're about a minute and a half or so behind, but it pretty much means that I can go, there is a try, and then look up there to be able to see it, like that try of Danny Kerr there for the Harlequins. And also we have got there, do Saracens have Farrell? I believe they do, if I'm not wrong. And also Warwick Gallant over Damien Villimza in the chat from Johnny Blaze there. Yeah, at this stage, he's had to do a lot in this first few minutes, or first 25 minutes to be exact. This game is actually 5 minutes behind the other game that has taken place between the Ulster and Lions as well. Ulster is playing so bad at home as well. And who's the ref? Says Morse. Oh, I missed that one because of the fact I was looking at the other game at the time. But I can't quite remember who it is. But they are just showing the big hits that are getting put in on those players for the Dragons. The South African loose forwards indeed are playing a very physical matchup at the moment. And at this stage, they are actually showing the Dupree brother. I believe at least one of them is playing in Easterhazen. He is a very good player as well. But it's a 5 metre scrum at the moment for the Lions. 5 metres out from their own line. And it's going to be Berger Ordendale, who has just thrown himself forward while we have got a stoppage in this game. We've still got the yellow card for another few minutes as well. Do the European teams in this competition have their internationals as well? Says Hicks, I believe some of them do, although that game between the All Blacks and Wales, they are actually going to be missing out on having about 15 Welsh international players due to the fact that it falls in the October rather than November window. That's going to be a big hit on Ross Moriarty by his opposite number. Now driving forward once again. It's going to be Ben Carter. Bertrand now trying to snipe around the side using their backline. Ben Davis now drawing pass out into the hands of Holmes. And Jonah Holmes, he's going to be dragged down. He actually just threw that ball onto the side of the Stormers. So that's going to be a knock on there. And it is going to be the scrum. Ulster is worse than Zepre as well. Although it looks like they're listening to you because they are now going for that on attack. And they will be able to score themselves a try. I'm so confused. I'm hearing Queensland, Stormers, Dragons, Sharks. Ulster, which game are you streaming? So this is fantastic charisma. We are watching the game between, it is the Dragons and the Stormers, but we have got the updated score on the bottom of the screen there for both of these other games, which I have got both of them up on my screen as well, so that I can watch all of them. 93 watching, 23 likes, smash the like button, y'all, much appreciated as well. Says Katie Dixon, you heard it. You heard it here first. I was going to say, if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back with more of the United Rugby Championship. The next game that we are covering, I believe, is Sharks versus Cardiff, or maybe Edinburgh versus the Bulls. I think those are the two other matches that we have got tonight. Or actually, I've got that around the wrong way. It is the Sharks taking on Edinburgh, and then also it is going to be the Cardiff versus the Bulls as well. And Bath could beat Saracens as well, says Hex. And also we have got there pretty much all of them. And also show your love for the channel. Massively appreciated, says Sebastian there in the chat. And the referee is Gianluca Genici as well. And we made up a new Motor Rugby, put every team on one big field and just let them smash each other for fun as well. Yeah, it sounds like it would be 45 on 45, although at this stage 45 on 44 due to the fact that one of the Dragons players they did end up, one of the Stormers players, it was Motorat who did end up getting himself penalised. Has Tuolangi touched the ball yet, mate? As well, I haven't seen too much of him on the ball. I've seen the Dupree brothers a couple of times, which I know was another one that you did mention. 16 games finish as well. And is that you, JP Dupree, playing for the Sharks? He's a massive bigger than Diaga as well. He is indeed. I did see him just before. It's going to be the penalty to the Dragons now. I believe not rolling away is the call. And Ross Moriarty, he was the man who was getting him straight in there. And they are going to be taking on the shot now. And it will be Sam Davis who has got the opportunity. We've also got there, it'd be like Lord of the Rings as well. And also, does Bath have a good record against Saracens as well, says Hex? Not too sure, unfortunately. I know that Bath have been very unlucky not to pick up any big wins. Ulster are going to score themselves the try there, and it's their number 13 who was able to get over the line. So that is going to be their second try now of the match, and they will be able to take the lead back in that one. And once again, well, we will do what we have been doing for the other ones. It was their number 13, so it was Hume who was able to score that try for Ulster. Just looked like a little bit of a too easy backline movement there for them, and they were just able to keep on ticking it over. The Dragons now ticking over the scoreboard. Davis going to be able to convert this one, and now after 28 minutes, the score is going to be 10 to the Dragons and 3 to the Stormers as well. We have got there, hello, who said, men can't multitask. Hamish is streaming 3 games at once. I'm impressed as well. Says fantastic charisma. Hopefully I haven't been confusing you guys too much in terms of what is happening for each game. Because of the fact I have been, there's Manu Tuolangi on the screen at the moment for the South Sharks. And I almost confused myself there in terms of the switch in between them, because the fact that luckily they're almost all in eyesight. So I'm looking, that's the Ulster versus Lions, that's Dragons versus Stormers, that's South Sharks versus Harlequins. So they're all right there in front of me. Ulster 10-7 as well, says Jake Brown. And also we have got there, I just checked, and it's been evenish as well, says Hex. Yeah, but Bath, I believe they're sitting relatively low on the table, but they've had a few very close games. They had a 1-point contest with the South Sharks from the sideline now. It is going to be Ulster with the kicking opportunity, their number 9, but now Sam Davis going to be kicking this one back down the middle of the field, and both sides not really looking for touches often as I thought that they may have, but South Sharks, they have been able to get a penalty there and been able to get themselves onto 10 points, and we'll update that in a short moment. Now it's going to be Elliot D now running sideways, trying to break the line, but good tackle on him. In the end, by it was Johan Nettling for Shao. I believe now it's going to be drop ball there, but Davis, it did go backwards. Back available now for Josh Lewis. Once again, the try scorer, the only try scorer. It's a massive kick downfield. If it goes into touches of 50-22, the crowd were trying to urge it towards the sideline. Manny Lebok back there to scramble. And now Gallant going to be kicking it back down the middle of the field. Once again, it's going to be available here for Gonzalo Burrano. Little chip and chase from that man, the Argentine number 9. But no, not able to take it. And now it's going to be the Stormers with the counter-attack. Going to be Manny Lebok. No, sorry, it was Gallant who was going to carry there. And it's a penalty to the Stormers at high. It's me from yesterday. Billy as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to see you for this live stream once again. We will update the score in the South Sharks game. They are sitting on the 10 points now up against the Harlequins and Ulster. They were able to score themselves the second try, so they are on 12 now over the 7 of the Lions. We will put that up the bottom of the screen as well. We will go like this and like this, and we are back as well. And we have got their bullfighter music, and also we have got their hi Hamish. You're doing a great job to keep us up to date on 3 games. Excellent. Thank you as well, says David Russell. No worries, mate. Hopefully, yeah, like I mentioned, hopefully it's not too confusing at times for them. But at the moment, we are 30 minutes through the Dragons versus Stormers game, 37 minutes through Ulster versus Lions. So it just shows you how long the TMO were taking to check that one of the yellow card. And then in the game between South Sharks and Harlequins, it is currently sitting 24 as well. Sharks are busy destroying the Quins as well. I mean, 3 points isn't hugely dominant yet. We'll have to wait and see how it does go as well. Although I assume that is why the tugs are out there. It's going to be taken nicely in the game by the Lions. Now they've got the advantage as well, and now it's going to be the rolling ball, Scudder into Benny for the Stormers. Now the ball has gone down. It's a little knock on though, and once again it is going to be the Dragons who will have this ball. They are back to 15 men now, the Stormers. They have got their big man Solomon Moran, who put in a massive hit, and since that hit, I don't believe we've seen another big hit from the Stormers, so perhaps just a little bit sheepish at the moment in terms of trying to put that massive hit on just in case does get them into a little bit of trouble. But I will mention, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe, because we are going to be covering multiple games throughout the weekend. We have got the Bunnings NPC games that are going to be taking place just a little bit later on. And then also it will be the game between, I want to say it is the Sharks playing Edinburgh, and then also the Bulls taking on Cardiff as the other match as well. We have also got their Please Carter time to pack up, brother, as well, says Mawson. Also, we have got their quick question, mate. How many years are the South Sea Sharks planning on waiting till they win something as well? And Sharks will win. ZX there in the chat as well, but now it's going to be the scrum feed. The Dragons got this ball just inside of their 22. Davis with a kick back down the middle of the field here. There's actually almost a scrum on every game at the moment, other than maybe the Lions versus Ulster, but at this stage now, Gallant once again going to be firing this ball way downfield. It's a big kick. There's a player down at the moment in back play. Bertrand taking it nicely, gives it back across to Sam Davis, and he is once again trying to go for that 50-22 that he was able to almost get a little bit earlier on. Now it's going to be Marnie Lebok returning fire. It's been a territory game between these two sides inside of the 22 now, and it looks like Josh Lewis, he is going to look for the touchline, and he does find it. And it did end up hitting the roof and then heading back out onto the field. I don't think that counts as a quick throw, though. We have also got their Sharks will win by 9 as well in there. CCX, but now at this stage, it's a penalty to the Lions in their game, and they're going to be about 40 metres out, straight out in front as well. Do they take on the 3 points? It looks like at the moment it's Elliot D who is down. And how have the Dragons got their points out of conversion tries, penalty kicks, and as well, says Billy. So they were able to get the one penalty from Davis, and then the other try was scored by Josh Lewis, who wasn't actually originally in the starting lineup on kind of my information sheet. Instead, it was going to be Jordan Williams, but instead he was able to score it off a little grubber and behind by Sam Davis, who has been very phenomenal in their number 10 jersey so far. And we have got the South Sea Sharks won last week, so I don't know what tournament watch it as South Sea Shark, but I feel like there's going to be that rivalry built into the chat by the sounds of it. But at this stage, it is going to be Phil Ewan straight out in front for the Lions. He'll be lining up this kick from about 42 out, and this could give the Lions only a 2-point deficit going into halftime, as there is only 13 seconds left of their game at the moment. But Marnie Lebok, they are showing for the Stormers at the moment. They have got Tim Swell, who will be able to come off the bench in the later stages. Haven't seen too much of Lebok, but that is because Gallant and also it is Josh Lewis and it was Sam Davis. We're just playing a little bit of a kicking battle throughout most of this first half at the moment, but we've still got 8 minutes left of it, which is very exciting indeed. Also, we have got there when you're a vampire and a sharpshooter as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, we have got there Ulster are making, Lions are making Ulster look like zebra. And also, we have got there, an actual trophy. This is what it feels like, if you're wondering as well, says Sebastian there. But now at this stage, Lions are able to get that one. And it seems like Elliot D is still down at the moment. So the time, the clock, I should say, has stopped completely in the game once again. So we will be going back and we will be updating the score. So the Lions at the moment, they are only going to be a total of 2 points behind up against Ulster, and I believe they are very close to going into halftime at the moment. They've got one more play by the looks of it, and the Lions, they kicked that one into touch, and now it is halftime in the game between Ulster and the Lions, 10 points to the 12 at the moment. So the Lions, I would say that they've done pretty decent, I would say, overall in that first half. To be as close as they were huge underdogs for that game as well. So the fact that they are right in this match could mean that it is going to be an exciting second half. But now at this stage, we have still got the stoppage of Elliot D. It looks like maybe they are going to be bringing on a stretcher, unfortunately, for that man. I'm not too sure what happened to him originally. Does not look too good for him, though, and there is going to be just that stoppage there. And also, we have got there, dang, I wish NBC Peacock would switch Premiership to United Rugby Championship. Sorry, Quins, I still love you, but I'd rather watch those games. That's us, Katie Dixon. And also, Dragons very close to breaking the defensive line several times as well, says Saturday Player. They have been indeed the first time, and that is the one benefit that they have got. They have been able to do it once in this match so far, and it was the try of Josh Lewis in the number 15 jersey. But I'd say Davis in the second half is going to be an important player to keep an eye out for because of that kind of dynamic kicking game that he has got at the moment. Harlequins going for a bit of a rolling maul here by the looks of it. Not really going anywhere, though. We have still got the stoppage in this game of Elliot D. Doesn't look too good for him. The fact that he has been down for so long with some sort of neck injury, perhaps, does mean that it is not going to be ideal for them. And more than likely, if they do decide to use their bench, I will actually show you guys exactly who they have got on the bench as their replacement. If they decide to use the Dragons, they would be going. That's the Ulster bench. That is not quite how this works. It is going to be actually Davies who is making his way out there for the Dragons. If there was the replacement, which I believe there will be at this stage with how long that Elliot D has stayed down. So I really hope that it is nothing serious. He is back to his feet at the moment, but he does not look flash. I'm not actually sure what it was that caused the injury, but he just doesn't look right at the moment, Elliot D. So he is going to be going off the field. The crowd are giving him a round of applause at the moment. Hopefully, whatever it was, it is a speedy recovery. I'm hoping that maybe it was just getting knocked out or something along those lines and not a serious spinal injury, because the fact that can really cause a lot of problems for players in the future. But Elliot D, he is going to be off the field, and now it's going to be Davies who will make his way out there as well. Are you sure the Lions are not playing zebra mate as well at the moment? Believe it or not, it is Ulster that they are up against, and they were able to score themselves a rolling maul try in the early stages of this match. Or actually, it wasn't even a rolling maul, just a set play there from them, and it was very nicely done. But now it will be Davies who has made his way out onto the field there, and also we have got their mate. The tournament just started, so I don't know where you got that trophy, but congrats as well. And also we have got there, the Bulls will be under the top 4 at the end of the competition. Watch watch out Iron team as well, says Jacobus. And also I went to Durban to see the Rainbow Cup and Curry Cup trophies. I had to take the train to Pretoria as well, and now it's going to be claimed there by the Springboks, or sorry, not the Springboks, the Stormers. And they have been able to put that ball high. It's going to be Edwell Funamua trying to chase it. Jordan Oliver fella goes straight through his hands, but it's going to be taken nicely. The referee almost getting himself cleaned up by the big prop there, Brock Harris. Just outside of the 22 at the moment. That's going to be the first touch of the match for Davis. He's only been out on the field for about 5 seconds, and now already getting his first half. Davis, the other Davis, Sam Davis there, almost having his kick charge down straight down the middle of the field once again. And now it's going to be Marnie Labok putting the ball high, going to be chasing his own kick here, trying to line it up just inside of the half, taking it beautifully as well, uncontested, which have been, he had a fair crack at it. Ethan Royce considering going for the ball, and he did end up knocking it on, unfortunately. He's asking the question, but I believe just had a little bit of a hand on it there, so it does mean that it is going to be the scrum for the Dragons once again. And at this stage, if the Stormers can score themselves a try in the later stages of this first half, I did say that the Ulster game would be the highest scoring of the two, but I said this one would be the closer match. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. Yeah, hopefully we do get to see ourselves some very good rugby in the second half. At the moment, it's been that kicking battle between these two sides. I feel would be the best way to summarize it, because of the fact that both of these guys just want to be able to get that next try on the board. 4 tries gives you the bonus point. What's wrong with the Stormers as well, says Johan. Unfortunately, just the handling errors have been creeping in a little bit too much for them in the early stages of the in the late stages of the second half. There's actually something going upstairs for the Harlequins versus Sale Sharks game, and we are at halftime for Ulster versus the Lions as well, which is why we haven't been talking about that one. A yellow card. Sale Sharks for a high tackle as well. Oh, yeah, just a little bit high there from Ross in the number 6 jersey. So I believe, if you are right there, KDE is going to be off the field for 10 minutes, which will put the Harlequins, put the Sale Sharks under a little bit more pressure. Hit a bit high in that tackle there, I believe. I want to say that it was, I can't remember his name, the Harlequins number 14. Or actually he plays 15 sometimes as well. I can't think of the name though, unfortunately. But we've also got there, please keep quiet about the Sharks. Please, we don't like negativity, I assume that is from Shark Brand. And also we have got their Sharks and Bulls all the way tomorrow, says Johan. And we are going to be covering both of those games on the channel as well. But the Stormers at the moment, 40 metres out from their own line here. Going to be on Kura, pass it across, nettling for Share, getting a penalty as well. High tackle. So the Stormers will have an opportunity to kick this one for the touchline. Plays bullfighter music as he walks to the synth as well. Says it was Katie Dixon there. I'm trying to think of that number 15's name, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but now the Harlequins, they're going to be kicking this one for the corner about 15 metres out now, or maybe 20 metres out, actually, sorry. They are going to have the opportunity, and maybe can Marnie Labok do the same? We've had about 3 kicks so far that haven't found the touchline. That one has. So now because of it, it does mean that it is going to be the opportunity here. Just a little bit high from Will Rollins, unfortunately. Ducking into it was for Share, and also scores for ABs versus USA, says Billy, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Oh, that's a good question. Score, I want to say All Blacks by about 50 or 60, but I'm not too sure whether or not it will be the case. We'll have to wait and see. How can Pivak leave out Jonathan Holmes and instead include McNichol as well, says Saturday Player. I believe, is that for the Welsh international side that they have gone with Saturday Player? Hopefully I am correct in that regard. But I do see that they are going to be missing quite a few Welsh internationals for the game up against the All Blacks, which is a bit of a shame because I would have absolutely loved to see quite a few of those players. Even a Dan Bigger at 10. That's going to be at a penalty to the Stormers now, straight out in front here. And Onkura just telling everyone to slow down just a little bit here. More than likely they'll take on the 3. Oh, Will Rollins not too happy at the moment, getting back up to his feet. And also we have got there the Bonefish as well, says Tyrone Green. That's the name. I knew it was, I knew it started with T, but I couldn't think of what the last name or the rest of the first name was as well. But it's a penalty to the Stormers. What do they decide to do? Do they take on the 3 points straight out in front? Yes, they are indeed. And also probably Pivak's Kiwi-based as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, sounds like you can dish it out, but you can't take them. So it says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Sharks should rename to Fish as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also no insulting the Sharks in exchange of no insulting the Quins deal as well. Oh, we've got a handshake offer on the table here. The contract signing in the chat, perhaps, between Sebastian and Shark Brain as well. But at this stage, there's another injury in the game at the moment for the Harlequins versus Sale Sharks. There's been quite a few injuries throughout these matches so far, but Mani Lebok at the moment, 1 from 1 so far, and also 29 metres out is Alan Lynch, Jones player mate as well. Says Shark Brain, I believe he's playing for Ospreys more than likely, so I don't know whether or not he will be available for that November game. Actually, no, sorry. He will be available for all of the November games. It's whether or not he's available for October. I want to say that he is. I think the Ospreys have released him to be able to, and we have got there. You have no made any videos on Kiwi Lads clips as well. Says it is the ability. We've got a TikTok. George actually made one for the Kiwi Lads. We've got about 10 clips on there or something along those lines that we might be looking at putting on the Kiwi Lads Clips channel as well very soon. And now that the gaming channel is slightly in limbo, I guess it does mean that we've got the opportunity of a little bit more spare time. But the Stormers getting that kick over Lebok, and now the score is going to be 10 points to the Dragons and 6 to the Stormers. So once again, looking like it's going to be a very close fixture between these two sides. But anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back for the 2 more United Rugby Championship games this round. Also, Gallagher Premiership, Bunnings NPC, and all of those internationals that we are going to have as well. They should just go for the try. Why don't teams go for 3 points if you're down 10-3 as well, says Barry Green. I believe they were just trying to get it a little bit closer. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they're feeling a little bit more momentum going their way at the moment. Ifan Roas now going to be carrying that one. Ross Moriarty going to drag him down. I love saying his name. It always comes off just a little bit different on the tongue. But now it's going to be above Funamua chasing the box kick. Going to be available, and he has been able to take it now. Passing it back. Nkura now inside of the half at the moment. It is going to be Warren Gallant with the step as well, trying to pierce the line. Dragged down by Rowlands. Still available here, and it is going to be in the hands of Brock Harris. He did get to lead out the team. I believe it is his 50th match or something along those lines at the moment for the Stormers. Now Mani Lebok using the back line here. Once again, it's going to be Dan Duplessis. No, sorry, it was Roy. Now we have hardly even seen Duplessis so far, but now Galan going to be fending off and now out the back line. It's going to be Edward Funamua down the wing trying to make the tackle. Was Berrano not able to? And now just inside of the 22 at the moment, it is going to be the Stormers once again on attack. Ifan Roas just thrown at the line there. A tackle by Rowlands, who's made a couple big hits in a recent time. It is going to be their number 4 here, Ernest Van Renen, one of his first carries of this whole match so far. They've got the advantage as well here for the knock-on, I believe it is, for the Stormers. They are playing advantage. Ross Moriarty was able to steal that one on the ground. I believe it is still available. Yes, it is now going short side on Kura. Now gives it to Gallant, looking like he was going to sell the dummy, go for the kick instead, but now takes the carry. The ball's bounced out the side, and it is going to be going back. Is it a penalty or is it a knock-on? No, okay, so it's going to be Bertrand slowing down the ball. So now with 15 seconds left, they will have the opportunity of once again getting themselves 3 points in this one. The Stormers, if they wanted it. Also, we have got there maybe Kiwi Lads, Consents, White good as well. There's Barry Green, and also we have got the ABs. We'll have too much space for Wales team available as well. Pity full team will be close as well. Says Saturday player. Yeah, I really wanted to see some of those other fellas get an opportunity for Wales because they're going to be missing, even just missing like 3 players or so. You need to have kind of that best lineup. And Dan Bigger is one of those players as well at number 10 that they probably would have gone with, but he is still going to be contracted to the Saints. I've actually seen the list, and it's quite long. I'm going to actually see exactly who it is while we have got a little bit of a stoppage here after this kick goes over because it will be halftime and the Dragons will score next. Says Shark Brain, and also we have got there, you got to show respect, to receive respect rather as well. Says Sebastian there, and also we have got the pronunciation is excellent as well. Says Lion, thank you very much, mate. Have been working on those South African pronunciations due to the fact that we did the Rainbow Cup South Africa. And also we did end up doing the Curry Cup as well for a lot of those games. So we were able to get some of those pronunciations down as well. Okay, right. It is going to be Mani Lebok. I have found the lineup that is going to be the players that they will be missing. Will Rowlands is actually going to get the opportunity for France, and also Tane Basham and also there Aaron Wainwright. So quite a few Dragons players going to be in there. Elliot D as well was going to be there, but whether or not he still is, Ross Moriarty as a grub, he's like his old fella as well. He's like his old fella, and also did the Quinn score, mate. Not at this stage for myself. That one has gone over, though, from the Stormers, and now at halftime, it is going to be 9 points to the Stormers and 6 to the Dragons. They have got halftime, so hopefully they do update that so that it says 9 as well. Who do you think will win? It's a very close game at the moment, so it's extremely hard to tell with only the 1 point difference between these two sides. So I would say, I'm going to say if the Dragons come out firing in the second half, they might be able to get just enough momentum to take it. But if the Stormers can get themselves 1 or 2 more early penalties, maybe they could be the team that will be able to win it as well. We have got there. I heard Mornestein was flown in for the Bulls. I believe he's injury cover, or he was actually covering the injury of Johan Horsen. So that's going to be pretty exciting seeing him in the United Rugby Championship. We've also got 5 minutes left on the Sale Sharks yellow card, says Katie Dixon. So at the moment, it is sitting 10 points to the 7 for that game, 34 minutes in as well. So the players that they are going to be missing for that first game up against the All Blacks, it is going to be an uncapped player, so I feel like he probably doesn't count too much, but they're going to be missing Thomas Young, plays for the Wasps, very talented player. He's actually transferred somewhere else, though, I believe, and then also Talupe Faletau, Dan Bigger, Callum Sheedy, Nick Tompkins, Lewis Rees-Sammet. Would have been interesting to see whether or not he got an opportunity, and I believe those are all the names, so it's actually not as many as it originally was going to be, so they have still got Alan Wynne-Jones, but would have loved to be able to see the likes of a Faletau off the back of the scrum, perhaps, to be able to give them just a little bit more momentum in that one as well. We have got their Harlequins are in the lead. The second half has actually started for Ulster versus the Lions as well, and the Quins. So I believe more than likely have they been able to just get themselves 3 points or something along those lines. Or sorry, they might have actually scored a try. So we will wait and see it because we haven't quite seen it yet. But at the moment, Ulster and the Lions, second half has gotten underway. So it's going to be the rolling ball here for the Harlequins. Looking like they're going to use that back line. Yeah, I'm actually quite far behind, I've noticed, for this one because that came through a little while ago and we are still on the 40-metre line at the moment for myself in the Harlequins game. But Danny Kerr looked like he was going to snipe instead. Now breaking the line, it is actually Tyrone Green. Has about 3 men on the outside. He went himself though, Tyrone Green, and he was able to score it. Tell you what, he almost got a little bit close, too close to the touchline there, but we will add that one to the Harlequins try scorers. They had done very nicely indeed, so now they are sitting on 12. We will give them the conversion as well. But we'll wait and see whether or not that will be the case. Magic Marcus as well, 14-10 for the Quins as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there in the chat a little bit earlier on, try, and Harlequins are in the lead as well, says Shark Brain. They are indeed at the moment. Hamish is part South African and Fijian. His pronunciation is flawless as well, says Johnny Blaze. And I know also the Argentine pronunciation, some of them were a little bit rough, but a couple of them, the likes of Gonzalo Burrano, was coming off the tongue. Pretty much if you add a tongue roll to any name that isn't like a Kiwi one, it sounds better. Almost, to be honest. And people think that you know what you're talking about as well. Danny Kerr and Tyrone Green. So nice to see them score as well, says Sebastian. And yeah, they've been doing very nicely so far for the Harlequins, being able to take the lead back. But at this stage, I guess while we have got a little bit longer of a stoppage in the second half, or till the second half gets underway, do you guys want a little bit of the commentary for the Ulster versus Lions game? So that's going to be on the halfway line at the moment for that one. I haven't got any other players written down or anything like that, but we do actually have a few of them there as well. We have got there. I am annoyed that Joshuani is going to the Chiefs because I live in Otago and support the Highlanders as well, says Billy. Yeah, it is a bit of a hit for them, but they have got Marty Banks returning, who is a little bit of a cult hero, I guess you could say, down south. And also Danny Kerr got robbed of the Lions call-up earlier this year as well, says Johnny Blaze. And 2 minutes left of the Sale Sharks yellow card. And also we have got there the Welsh team to play the All Blacks has been released, and it looks like it will end in tears for Wales as well. But around the side there, for the Lions, once again, we have also got the yes, you could do Ulster Lions so long as well. And also, yes, Ulster commentary, please, Hamish, in the chat from Katie Dixon. Say at the moment, the Lions have got this ball on the halfway line, trying to work their way forward. Anyone who is just tuning in now, we are doing the commentary for that game while we are waiting for the second half of the Stormers versus the Dragons going to get underway. A little chip in behind here for the Lions, and it's going to be Similani trying to get onto that one already. I believe they've actually brought him out onto the field a lot earlier than he would have been expecting. In Ulster 12 and the Lions 10, they are indeed at the moment. And it seems like it is going to be a very close finish to this game as well. Now in the hands of, I believe it is the number 14 here. I haven't actually written down their starting lineup, so I might actually look that up very quickly for this halftime. But at the moment, the Lions once again going to have the attack. And Ulster, if they lose this game, that would be the biggest upset of the competition so far. The Dragons were extremely close to it's a knock-on from Berger Orendale. May have spoken too soon there, and now it's going to be kicked in behind here. And it's gone very close to the in-goal area. It's still rolling near the ball, and it's gone just inside of that in-goal. So now it's going to be Phil Ewan who will be returning fire with the kick. Going back towards the halfway line, I should say. And he has been able to find touch with it as well. But at the moment, it seems like the Lions are trying to take that momentum as well. We have got there Joshuani driving a party bus all the way to the North Island as well, says Katie Dixon there. But I will ask the question as well. Second half, first try scorer. Who are you guys saying will be able to score? I'm going to still go with Evan Ruiz or the man in the number 8 jersey. For it is Wainwright, I believe, who is starting there as well. And also, I sort of wish Josh Ioane signed or stayed with Moana Pacifica for the 22 season. That would have been pretty awesome. I do see that they've got Christian Leliafano is the player they have decided to sign as their first one for 10. And Josh Ioane put down Spates bottle and picked up the Waikato draft bottle as well, says Johnny Blaze. Which one do you prefer, Johnny? Is Waikato draft a decent one? Do let me know. I haven't actually tried it. So it is a little bit tough to be able to tell. But at the moment, the Harlequins, they have still got another injury at this stage. So that game's going to be going a little bit longer than probably expected as well. Still going with Dan Duplessis as well. Sebastian there for his prediction. But now it's going to be Ulster with the backline. They've got a lot of ability in that backline, but they just haven't quite been able to get over the line yet. David McCann now getting the carry there for Ulster. And now it's the big rolling maul for them, trying to march their way forward here. About 40 metres out at the moment for Ulster. Only 2 points ahead in that game, and a bonus point could be on the table for them if they can get 2 more tries drawing past here. And now Ulster trying to march their way forward. It's going to be Carter. Oh, it's a beautiful offload there for Ulster, and now it's their big number 7, not quite able to get over the line, though. Now going short side. They've got many men on the outside. It's going to be now, I believe it is going to be Ethan McElroy. Sorry. And also we've got the Sebastian elbow to Aaron Wainwright as well. Dubs rear guard Ever as well. Says Johnny Blaze there. It's a draw and pass. Oh, it's gone through the hands of Ulster, but now it's linking up and it's going to be going back for the penalty, I believe. They had the advantage and it is going to be going back for the penalty to Ulster, so they will get themselves the 3 points more than likely in this one if they decide to. But seems like that game's starting to kind of heat up a little bit in terms of the pace that is being played at. Jonathan Ross back on the side or back on the field for Sale Sharks as well there. We have got from Katie Dixon. But while we are also at this halftime break of this game, we will also be looking up some stats to do with who has had more possession in this game. Rugby Pass is where we will go to see exactly who is getting the better of this first half for the game between the Stormers and also the Dragons. I don't know whether or not I would say either side have had the huge advantage in terms of anything. 55% for the Dragons there in terms of that possession. And then also 94 metres carried for one side. 59 carried for the Dragons. So they had less defenders beat them. 15 defenders beat them for the Stormers compared to the 3 of the Dragons. Which is a huge stat. And 70 tackles made, 11 missed tackles for the Stormers, 31 tackles made, 9 missed tackles for the Dragons as well. There's another injury. Tell you what, it's a round of injuries at the moment by the looks of it. And Jonathan Ross, chat show presenter as well. And there we have got there, or maybe not Beck. It's halftime as well. It says Katie Dixon. Yeah, Jonathan Ross. I believe I've seen him on. Do you guys watch the big, I believe it's called the Big Fat Quiz of Everything each year, or Big Fat Quiz of the Year? I quite enjoy watching those. He's often on them as well there. But the discipline at the moment, 3 penalties against the Stormers, 3 penalties against the Dragons as well. So very low numbers in that regard, which is great to see. We're seeing a lot of kicks down the middle of the field, which is why it does mean that we've kind of had a little bit of that back and forth between the two sides as well, because of the fact that neither side really able to assert their dominance. Jonathan as well in the chat from Katie Dixon also, it's halftime, and it's halftime as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, this stage it is going to be Ross making his way back out onto the field by the looks of it right now for them as well. We are still at halftime for the match between the Stormers and also the Dragons. But I will mention anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel, I should say, not subscribe to the year. I guess you could subscribe to the year. The year is almost over though, Morena. Everyone hiding in the toilet trying to dodge my the dishes as well. Says Adult Entertainment, welcome into the live stream. It is great to see you at this stage. 10-9 in this game. Also, for the match between Ulster and the Lions, it's very close at this stage. So it depends on how the second half's going to be going, I have a feeling, because of the fact that both games could be finishing with only about 5 points difference as well. Big factors of everything as well. Jimmy Carr as well, says Sebastian there with the heart. And also we have got there, go have a look at the sun as well. Says George, it's almost, it's overcast. Is it out at the moment, George? Do let me know, because of the fact that she is looking a little bit not too nice out there at the moment. It looks like it's sunny, but it's not really. It's pretty much a bush and a bit of overcast. So hopefully it does come out. Make hot chocolate as well, says George. That is a great way to start the morning. And literally once he gets back on the field and he scores as well, says Katie Dixon. He has indeed. Tell you what, that's a way of making an impact there, Ross Wright. Or no, not Ross Wright. His name's not even Ross. Well, his first name is not Ross, but the last name is Ross. It was a rolling maul here for Sale Sharks. And they were marching their way forward, scoring the try as well. So now they will take the lead. And I believe that is an easy enough kick, if I'm not wrong there. So we'll add that one to the try scorers list. And now the Sale Sharks, they are going to be sitting on 15 points at this stage with a kick to come, but we will give them the 7 because of the fact that we are relatively generous here. We will go like that, and we will go like that as well at this stage. Now the Lions, it will be Ulster who will be getting the tee here by the looks of it to go for the 3 points, and also 7 as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also it's called daytime as well. And I don't think I've normally, if I'm up at this hour, it's normally because I've gone straight through the night in terms of being awake for these live streams. I actually ended up missing I tried to get about 8 hours sleep, but instead got about 3 or so. You know, when you need to sleep and you know you need to sleep, but you just can't quite tick over the line to like being asleep or being half asleep. Pretty much at that stage. There's another player, an Ulster player now is getting stretched off the field. How many stretches have been in this round so far? Elliot D got up for the Dragons, but he was off the field. It's been an injury in this one. The Harlequins, I believe they had an injury as well. So everyone's going down at the moment. But Ulster, it is going to be one of their players. I'm not actually sure what number he was, but now it's going to be a 5-metre line out here. They decided against going for the 3. And who are the All Blacks playing next? They are going to be playing the USA on the 24th of October. Then the next game that they have got is going to be up against Wales on the 31st of October. Then the next week it's Italy, then Ireland, then France as well. But now trying to march their way forward here for Ulster, the big men trying to get it going. But at the moment, the Lions just trying to hang on. Is that man allowed to do that? At the moment, he is just kind of hanging back on the number 1. Just trying to stop one of their players from going forward. But Ulster at the moment, this is starting to look like they're going to be able to creep forward unless it goes down. It's a spin as well. Couple meters short there, Rob Herring, and they're about to make their way back out on the field there for the Stormers and also the Dragons as well. We have it's got there. Johnny Blaze, I still do it at Mum and Dad's. It's like a tradition as well. Says Adult Entertainment. But now at this stage, it is going to be going back as well. Mate, I used to do that at Mum and Dad's when I was a kid as well. From Johnny Blaze a little bit earlier on. Well, Sharks are murdering Quins as well. Says Shark, once again, it's only 3 points difference. Like it's a 1 try difference between those two sides. But at the moment, Ulster just not quite able to get themselves over the try line as of yet. But now we are back into the live match between the Dragons and the Stormers as well. And at this stage, it probably means that Ulster will be able to score themselves a try. Perhaps tradition. I used to even hide dishes in the oven as well. Chuck them in there, close the door, and walk away. As well, Ulster at the moment 12-10 ahead of the Lions. Great game, just not the score as well. And yeah, at this stage, they have got the penalty straight out in front here, Ulster. So do they decide to take the quick tap, or do you take the 3 points to get 5 points in the lead? Kind of looks like they're set up for the quick tap. But now the Stormers, they are going to be kicking this one off for the second half. Is it going 10? It's close. Oh, it's going to be an awkward fall, but now it's going to be retained by the Stormers. And now that's a knock-on, unfortunately, for Nettling Fauché. I believe that was the knock-on the ground, but they are going to be continuing just for now. And it is going to be in the hands of Brock Harris once again. And that number 1 jersey, Money Labok, going back into the hands of Dan Duplessis. Not able to find the offload. One of his first carries of this match as well. Ulster try as well. Yeah, they have been able to bulldoze their way over. I believe it was... He's not going to turn around, but I will be able to see it in a short moment. Jordan Olua-Fella off the field, actually, already. It was their number 6 for Ulster. Was able to get over the line. Now it's going to be Gallant with the kick in behind. It's going to be a crossfield one. Edward van der Merwe kicks it forward as well, but it's going to be well covered here for them, and it is going to be put down by Josh Lewis inside of the in goal, and it is going to be the penalty, or sorry, it is going to be the goal line drop out there. And also we have got their shark attack and Ulster try, and it looks like it is going to be a nice easy 3 points for Ulster as well, so they have been able to take the lead just a little bit further in their favour with 19 points to the 10 at the moment there as well. We will go like that, and we have also got their go Ulster, and also Hamish Kieran and George in the chat from It Was Crazy NZ. I wasn't there, or wasn't the latching of more than one player as well. We'll have to have a quick look at the replay, although I did miss it just then. Unfortunately, I was on the other screen, but that one has gone over, and it's going to be 19 points to 10. So hopefully I do get to see a replay in a short moment. Now it's going to be Brock Harris once again for the Stormers. They are going to be straight out in front here at the moment. 5 back now, Money Labok gives it off to Warren Gallant. Offload on the inside now into the hands of, it is Lillian Zass. Wasn't quite able to find the offload back though. Nkura tries to give it to Nettling Fauché. He's put the ball straight down though. And now the Dragons are going to have the counter-attack. Sam Davies once again going to be kicking it down the middle of the field. Money Labok, the ball sits up for him. And he is going to be putting it high with Edwell. Van der Merwe trying to chase it down. Oh, he's fallen into the player there. I'm not sure whether or not he was taken out or whether the player did stick to his line. But now, bit of the quick step in from Holmes. Finds the offload once again there to Lewis. Dog now with the offload as well. And the big question is who is going to be able to break through. Let's go the next try. Oh, great run there from Tane Basham. Oh, cut out pass. Almost taken there by It Was Rohan now, but just not quite able to there. I love the way you're multitasking, that we can watch all the matches as well, says Christine. And yeah, at this stage, I believe the most matches we have watched at one time is this 3. So hopefully it isn't too bad in terms of the kind of confusion in terms of what plays are happening in which game. But Satoli now going to be going off the field for the Lions. So they are already starting to make the changes. 49 minutes into that game, halftime in the Harlequins versus Sale Sharks, and then 42.5 minutes through this game for the Stormers as well. And Brock is such a Chad name as well, says Johnny Blaze. Also, we have got there Nathan Dook has been immense for Ulster. A tad shades of Perenata as well. Andy Farrell should keep an eye on him as well, says Gunnar Coynan. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. Are you excited, Gunnar Coynan, to see who they announce in their Irish squad for the November internationals? I don't believe they have yet, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, who is one young player that you are hoping to get to see in that side for it as well? They are just showing Tane Basham at the moment. 6 tackles made, 5 gain line success, 2 defenders beaten, and 7 carries for that man, doing very decently. And Ulster are now going to have another line out inside of the 22, or actually it might be a scrum. Yeah, it was a scrum due to the ball being dropped there, unfortunately for them. at this stage now. No, sorry, it is a line out. The ball did go out. I was getting a little bit confused there. But now Ulster once again going to be going for that rolling ball try, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see, though, whether or not they can get it done. But now it's going to be Gonzalo Burrano putting the ball in for the Dragons for, once again, another scrum. We haven't had too many of them in this match, though, due to the fact that the penalties have been low. The handling errors have not been too bad. Overall, I guess you could say there's still been probably quite a few, but now it's going to be taken by Galan inside of his 22. And once again, all of the time in the world to be able to kick that one downfield and into touch. It's hit the roof, which means that he's got plenty of it as well. And about to place a bet, Sharks or Quins. Sharks are winning. Where's the smart money as well? Says Warriors only. See, the thing is, this is not advice, but I will just say the Quins normally have a better second half than they do first. But it is just whether or not it is going to be the case in that one. I don't want to be the one who tells you who to bet on. But the Harlequins are a decent side, but it's whether or not they can get back into the match in the early stages as well. My children do the same, and all I can do is laugh and reminisce about the good old days as well as adult entertainment. And also, why do the Dragons keep kicking to Gallant? Are they high or something as well? Says Shark Brain. Yeah, he's got a massive boot on him. Gallant, but Burrano now putting the ball high. Going to be chased hard, I believe it is, by the replacement. Oh, he hasn't even got close to it. And now Edward van der Merwe has been able to get this one for the Stormers. Going to be firing it back. Marnie Lebok. It could be a counter-attack. Galan once again on the left boot. Putting it down the middle of the field. It's going to keep on rolling, though. Almost, yes, it is in the end goal. If it keeps on going, it will be going back for the scrum. He decides to take it, though. And Lewis is going to be kicking this one back towards the touchline. But it hasn't found touch. So now awkward bouncing money. Whanroa is now claiming this one close to the touchline, driving through the tackle, just jumping along with the man on his ankle there. Still available. Unkura now going short side. Edward van der Merwe has got that one as well. They are playing on at the moment. In the words of the referee, Brock Harris, once again, with the carry 30 metres out of the moment here for the Stormers. Marnie Lebok trying to link up, doing a little bit of the sell of the dummy going himself, but he is tackled hard by the Dragons defence. I believe it was Tane Basham once again making another one. Now it's going to be the man who got the yellow card a little bit earlier on for the Stormers, but it's a little knock on once again by them, unfortunately for them. We have got their not announced yet. Honestly, I'm not all that excited because Sexton is going to be there as well, and Nathan Doak was awesome for Ireland under 20 as well. Says Johnny Blaze, and also we have got there for Player of the Year. I swear that big is mental at times as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, pretty much at that stage. Although he did score 2 tries in that game up against Poland, or for Poland, I should say. So I feel like it was a little bit of a fluke that it was the right player at the right time there. I believe I went with Alex Fidel, who is actually going to be playing in the game with Manawatu a little bit later on tonight. And also we have got the girl is lazy. She skies off all the time from doing house chores. I can't talk because I do the same. My wife carries me in that sense as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got the someone who's an avid watcher of Sharks and Quins. Please, who do I bet on right now? As well, says Warriors Only. What are they paying at the moment, Warriors Only? Do let me know. It's me, Billy. I changed my name. I'm actually a Ranger as well. Or I'm actually a Ranger as well. So would you prefer if I call you Ranger, or would you prefer if I call you Billy? Do let me know. But now at this stage, it is going to be once again the opportunity for the Dragons at scrum time. Too many handling errors so far for the Stormers in the first half and also in the second half as well. Only Quins is us, Sebastian there for the prediction, although he is a Harlequin supporter as well. And at the moment, I think, if I'm not wrong, I decided to look it up to see what they were paying. And Harlequins are $2.10 at the moment, so it's a risky one indeed. But we will have to wait and see whether or not it does pay off. The Lions now with the line out 25 metres out from the Ulster line, and they will be wanting to score themselves a try very soon in this one. Berrano is going to be feeding the ball in for the scrum at the moment. But the Lions, if they score now, they will be able to get straight back into the matchup against, put the mortgage on Quinn as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, I hope we will be, or I hope will be there is Ben Healy or Nathan Doak as well. Both have to get games in green as well. And they're from Kanakoin, and so you heard it there. And hopefully we do get to see at least one of those names in there. But Jonah Holmes now going to be carrying the ball forward for the Dragons. Once again, Berrano firing it back, and at this stage it is just a little bit of a stalemate in this game. 9 points to the 10. In the other game, the Lions are sitting on 10 points to the 19 as well. Ulster now kicking it downfield. And it's going close to the touchline, but Marnie Lebok able to take it. Both sides sticking to that territory game at the moment. Both sides deciding to kick it rather than run it. And that one has found touch from Marnie Lebok, now 45 metres out. It's Ringer. Orange here, but call me Billy as well. Okay, I will be sure to call you that. And bet on sale Sharks, not the Sharks as well. Or bet on sale Sharks, not the Sharks, says Johannes. And also we have got there, please don't say anything bad about the Sharks guys as well, says Sharp Brain. At this stage, Marnie Lebok with a good clearing kick here for the Stormers, and that is something that the Dragons will have to take into consideration, is the fact that they've got Gallant and they've got Marnie Lebok, who are just kicking this ball way back, almost into the own territory of the Dragons, but now Jonah Holmes trying to break the line. He is going to be dragged down once again here Bertrano offloading it on the outside into the hands now of Ross Moriarty. Getting the carry, Bertrano now drawing past here for the Dragons, and now it's opening up a little bit more on the outside. Will be the replacement number 22 to get the carry almost only by Morat on the ground. Now it's going to be Masaki Dorgo. I assume he isn't too far off, getting to come off the field and having the replacement props going out there. But now it's going to be once again, it's Davis in the number 16 jersey. He was replacing Elliot Dew to get injured earlier on in the match. Davis now to Ross Moriarty once again. Oh, it's almost stolen by the Stormers, but they have still got this one. Bertrano now passing across into the hands of now it will be Jack Dixon. I believe with his carry there, Bertrano now once again it's going to be in the hands of the big number 5, who wasn't quite able to get through there, Ben Carter. Bertrano now off to Doug. Once again, they have been shutting him down very well so far in this match. He hasn't really had too many opportunities to be able to break the line. Now it's going to be the little grubber in behind, but straight away Galanta's got that one, and now he gets the opportunity to kick this one way back down the field as well, now just outside of their 22. It is going to be Sam Davis. My voice just tried to completely disappear, but it is still here for a little bit longer now. Just inside of their half, it's going to be the kick in behind from Bertrano. Finds the touchline as well. Sale Sharks or Quins. Where's the smart money as well? Says Warriors only. Oh, there's a little bit of push and shove happening at the moment between the Stormers players. Evan Roy's straight in there, and now there's a little bit of a wrestle on the ground as well. Players are not too happy at the moment. That is for all. Willie Engelbrecht looking like he's right in the face of Greg Bayman, who doesn't look like he's backing down from the challenge. And now we will have another stoppage at this stage as well. But I would say at this stage, we have got there in there Sale Sharks as well, says Johannes. So it's a tough one. At this stage, it's still half-time. I'm still undecided. I think the Harlequins, from what I have seen in their other matches, they have been able to close out matches better, but it's only a 3 points difference. And it's going to be very tough to decide. So I'm sorry if I can't quite pick a winner for that one, Warriors only. How much money were you going to put on it? Do let me know. I feel like depending on that will depend on how certain I am with my answer as well. Can I say Munster beat you the same way police chief officer shot Jaws in the movie as well? So he's going to go in, and also we have got there, bro. If you got a doctor friend, tell them to write you a medical certificate saying you're allergic to housework. I did, and got a good crack from the missus as well. Says adult David, and also we have got there Perfecto as well, says the Warriors, and also you can just respect Shark guys. They are also good. As I said, Shark Brandon, also we have got the only winner, bro, from Sebastian. But at this stage now, a little bit of push and shove, and I believe it was actually Warwick Gallant right in there, and then Dan Duplessis just getting in there as well. Ethan Royce, you know that he's going to be in there. Big hit on Phil Ewan at the moment in the game between the Lions and Ulster. They are still 9 points behind. They're going short side once again, and now it's linking up here for the Lions. Little chip in behind, and this is going to be a lot of pressure on Ulster depending on how the ball bounces. It's going to be a great tackle from their number 11 here for the Lions, trying to get straight on the ball as well. He was on the man, not the ball. And because of it does mean that Ulster will now... Okay, the referee is saying, I need you to talk to the teams because at this stage, you shouldn't be pushing each other. It's pretty much the summary of that one. We always got there. How many left are you in Stormers at this stage? We are 40 minutes into this game. The game between the Lions and Ulster is actually 10 minutes ahead. So it's had a lot less stoppages. So they are sitting at 58 minutes now. And Max Wane has some serious gas as well. So it's going to go in, and he does indeed. Looking decent throughout the match as well. So I am excited to see what he can do in the future for the Lions as well. It's actually foul play, and it's a penalty to the Stormers. So because of it, they have decided that it was foul play from the number 22 here, which in this match is not Rodri Williams. I feel like they've had a right reshuffle here for them. Unfortunately, it does mean that I have got the wrong side there. I think someone just pulled up the driveway, if I'm not wrong. We have also got the adult entertainment. My wife's sister gets allergic reaction to soaps, cleaners. So she doesn't do that sort of stuff personally. I'm calling smart move, however, as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also at this stage, it was going to be the box kick from Ulster. We have got there Lol Jaws. I haven't seen that in a while. You're in the yard, not far from the car as well. says Katie Dixon. I assume that is that Australian accent coming through there as well. Now the stage Scudder and Benny on the 22 here for the Storm is going to be putting the ball in for the line-out drive. And they are going to be nicely set once again. Scudder and Benny at the back. He was a name that was mentioned that maybe he was going to be able to score himself a try. And this match has been offloaded now. And it's going to be Onkura off to Dan Duplessis. They are slowly creeping their way forward. Onkura just on the 22 at the moment. Off now to Morat. Getting closer and closer for them. The ball has been dropped once again, but I believe it did go backwards. So it does mean that it is going to be still in the hands of the Stormers, but the defense of the Dragons has been holding up so far in the early stages of the second half. Now it's going to be Onkura Mani Labok. Offloads now to Gallant, trying to drive the legs, but he is dragged down once again by the Dragons defense here. Going back now into the hands of Ernest van Rennen. Very rare carries for that man throughout this match. 5 phases so far. in a row for the Stormers on the 22 still. So they haven't made too much ground yet, but they are hoping to change that very soon. Netherlands for share. Tackled on the 22 once again. Unkuro, it's a bit of a counter ruck here from the Dragons. He was almost able to create the opportunity for the turnover. Oh, no, sorry, it's going to be Ethan Ruas, who was trying to break the way through. Going to be Morat now. Available once again here for the Stormers. Are going to be back on the side now once again for the Stormers. They are just going to continue to use their famous phases. Erdis van Rennen with the carry. We're up to 10 phases at the moment for them. Inside ball was a big mistake. Tane Basham knocking the ball on though, and it would be an advantage for them for the knock on. They will be going back if they do get the opportunity, but is this still on the side of the Stormers? We have got there. Hamish just cleared up that message. I have no idea what you were on about as well. So it's going to go in, and also we have got there. It is 41 minutes so far. That's what Flash score says for the Stormers game. One moment. Hopefully they will update it. There we go. It is up to 51 now, and also try Luke Northmore as well. So the Harlequins able to get the nice early try there for themselves. So now they are actually leading that game. Did you place your money? Do let me know. Warriors only. And if you did, you will be very happy at the moment. Now it's going to be stripped once again, but it's going back for the advantage. Many phases in a row there for the Stormers, but just not quite able to get through that line. So we will be updating that. And the Harlequins able to get themselves a try. Luke Northmore was the man who scored it, and now the Harlequins going to be sitting on 19 points with the Marcus Smith kick to come. I'm going to give it to him, even though he hasn't taken it yet, because of the fact that he is quite a good kicker. So we will assume that it is going to be going over. Also, we have got there as the scene, the Brody's wife tells him he doesn't have the Amenity Island accent right as well. Says it, Katie Dixon, but now at this stage, another penalty. I'm sorry, not another penalty, but another drop ball in this game. There's been many of them handling errors. That is 51 minutes in, and we're probably already at about 10. I see Billy Burns at the moment for Ulster will be able to have a big opportunity in the later stages of this game. But the Lions say we're only a couple meters short of the line. I'm trying to see exactly what happened here. I believe maybe it was Vincent Tachuka. Is he over the line? No, they're 5 meters out, I believe, and then it was going to be the penalty for that one as well. And also we have got their Marcus better than Pollard as well. Says fantastic charisma, and he has been able to not get that one over, unfortunately, for him. So it does mean that it is going to be now 19 for the Harlequins and 21 at the moment. We will add that one, and we will go like that as well. And it's still going to be the scrum reset, so that is why we've had a little bit of a stoppage time in this game, and it is going to be going a lot longer than any of the other matches that we have had. Also placed a bet on over 17.5 on the Lions as well. Says Warriors only, and also we have got the good man as well. Says Sebastian 10 out of 10. Yeah, I placed when Quins were at 120 as well, with a very happy face at the moment for Warriors only. Now at this stage, it is going to be the Dragons just outside of the 22. And it is going to be the big kick downfield, but once again taken by Zus. Gives it off to Warwick Gallant. He's going to be kicking that ball back every day of the week that you do give him it. But now it's going to be fired back by Jack Lewis. It's just a territory game. It's kind of the situation of both fullbacks are going, can I kick the ball further than you or what? Because now Gallant once again going to be kicking it downfield close to the touchline. Oh, a lot of pressure there on Gonzalo Bertrano to be able to keep that ball in the field of play. Did he put it out though? He might have put it out, and unfortunately for them, it does mean that now it's going to be the Stormers line out. So once again, the kicking battle going the way of the Stormers. Bertrano had that hand, and it was considered a knock on there, unfortunately for him, trying to keep it in the field of play. Sale Sharks will win as well. And also, my favorite is undoubtedly the world famous USS Indiana, no, it's not coming off the tongue. Indianapolis. There it is. Speech by Quint as well. So it's going to go in, and also my missus buys the stuff that doesn't flare up my eczema. That's why I got to do what I got to do as well. Says adult entertainment. And also we have got there in the chat, how many World Cups does Marcus Smith have? As well, says Shark Brain, none yet, but I feel like by the end of his career, who knows, maybe that man could get himself one. But we have got there just subscribed as well. Says Warriors only. Thank you very much, mate. Hopefully not just for the tips, because of the fact that I could well and truly be wrong depending on how it goes in the later stages of that Harlequins versus Al Sharks one. But at the moment, I believe this is the most live streams we have done at like a simultaneous time in terms of the amount of games going on. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here. The updated scores of the other matches are going across the bottom. Just the one try so far in this game between the two sides as well. But feel like that could be changing very soon as well. Like the video, guys, it's going to come in, and you heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel. And also, we have got there in the chat, these females are cunning creatures, aren't they? So says Johnny Blaze, and also no one delivers a monologue like Robert Shaw as well. That's going to be, once again, a penalty for collapsing the scrum. And it's going the way of the Stormers. And Kura very happy at the moment. He will be getting replaced by Paul DeVet a little bit later on in this one. What do they decide to do here, the Stormers? I believe they are close enough to be able to take on the 3 points. So I believe the ball is just there. Is it raining? It might be raining. Is it raining, or is it just the quality of the camera? Maybe it's not the best lighting there at the moment. They're kicking for the corner here, the Stormers. That's actually big. That's big for the Stormers. They could have taken the lead, but instead they decided we are kicking it for the corner because 3 points just might not quite be enough. So that is fair play to them there. We also got there. I really want the South African sides to win. They are making Southern Hemisphere look weak. Up north as well, says fantastic charisma. It is great, though, to see that those South African games, a lot of them are going to be taking place in South Africa. I know that the Stormers have confirmed both of their fixtures up against Zebre, and also they've got another opponent that they are going to be taking on in South Africa. So I assume it is the same for all of the other South African teams, maybe. But not wrong, but at the moment, the Lions are still 9 points behind Ulster on the 22 once again for them. A hook, line, and sinker as well. Says Adult Entertainment and 100% agree, Katie. He was a perfect choice as well, as were Schneider and Dreyfus as well. Played perfect characters as well. Says kind of going in and Fight Club. So says Katie Jackson. At this stage now, they're going to be only a few meters out here, the Stormers. And they are going to be hoping to use their big forwards. I'm looking around for an Ifan Ruas or someone like that when they're only a couple meters short of the line, because he has serious carry power if he gets the opportunity. Going around the side now once again, it is going to be the big number 1, Brock Harris. Won't be too far away from getting taken off. It's going to be the advantage for an offside. So now they can go for it here. The Stormers only a couple meters short. Where is Ifan Ruas? He was the top try scorer in the Curry Cup, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So it is surprising that he has decided not to carry up until possibly now. No, it's going to be Unkura. We'll be passing it back. It looks like Ross Moriarty is actually down with an injury at the moment as well. So they are playing up against only 14 men. Ifan Ruas. Does he want the ball? No, it's going to be bouncing back. Unkura. A lot of pressure on that man, but it is still available. Now Ifan Ruas. Looks like he is going to be taken on the carry. Driving the legs. He has been shut down sideways, and it's going to be another advantage for the penalty for the offside advantage to the Stormers. Very close to the line now. It's going to be now available. Unkura passes it back now. It's going to be the cellular dummy. Mani Lebok shut down. Knock on is the call, and it is going back for the penalty. Second time Stormers go for the corner as well, says Shark Brandon. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. This game, a little bit frustrating. No points being scored as well, says Barry Green. Although I did mention that the Ulster Lions game I said would be a higher scoring game, and this game would be the closer of the two. They're going for the scrum here, the Stormers, which makes me think maybe Ifan Ruas might back himself off the back and go for it. Time off once again. We are stopped 57 minutes into this game at the moment. We are 6 minutes behind the Ulster versus Lions one. Take off Brock Harris, or take Brock Harris off standing away of the fly half, please, as well, says Morse. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, I can actually show the replacements for you guys so you can see exactly who is going to be on the bench. Oh, that's actually the fixture for next week. That is the wrong one, but the bench is here. So they would be bringing out Drea in that number 17 jersey. Also, they have got PJ Borta as an option. That's the wrong game. Once again, I've put up the lines. It is actually Blus, who is in the number 18, number 17 jersey, and Kutsa, who will be the replacement for the Stormers. I felt like it didn't look right, and then it took me just a little while to read that one. But Ross Moriarty, have they just put his face back into place? I think he just... Okay, so I've just seen something that I don't think I've seen in a little while. Pretty much Ross Moriarty, he had a very wonky nose, and the coach just went and pushed it straight back into place. I mean, fair play to him. We'll be able to breathe a lot smoother now, and Stormers as well. And also, we've got the Saving Private Ryan. I love that movie as well. So he's kind of going in and always respect whoever goes for the scrum. That stuff men option as well. And also, question Kiwi Lads and Sebastian as well. Go for it, mate. And also, Charles Sharks take the lead again, says Shark Brain. Not quite on mine, but I assume it is going to be a penalty maybe that they are able to get in the lead. And also, we have got the oh, good Lord. I forgot about that one as well, says Katie Dixon for Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, as well. But at least at this stage, it looks like it's going to be a scrum 5 meters out for Ulster. So both sides going to have a 5 meter scrum here. Who's going to be able to make the most of it? Can both of them score themselves a try perhaps? But it is going to be the kick for the Sale Sharks here to be able to get themselves back into the lead, which will be 20 points to the 19. But at the moment, these games are very close for the United Rugby Championship. Only the 9-point splits, Ulster and the Lions, but that could change very soon. Although actually it's a Lions scrum. So they are going to still have the hands on the ball, but now it's going to be Davies coming off the field coming on the field, and Ross Moriarty going to be going off due to that nose being a little bit wonky. Unfortunately for the man, probably not the easiest to breathe when you have got yourself a wonky nose. I say he's going to be going off the field. Stormers trying to get that scrum penalty as well, says Jeranik, and it would be a very good tactic because of the fact that not only would they get their penalty advantage, but then you've got Ifan Ruas who can go off the back, maybe even go short side. Gallant is set up quite nicely here on the left-hand side to be able to maybe go draw and pass with Edward van der Merwe. Actually, he will be on the other wing, so it would be Lillian Zass, who they have got there, if they decide to do it. Also, Borta coming on the field now. PJ Borta, that is, for Visaki. And now the Ulster side once again going to be driving their way forward. Also, we have got the Wasps over their heads, telling Exeter Chiefs supporters not to wear the American Indian hats in their home game. So stupid as well. It's a tough, it's going to be a scrum reset there. So it is going to be now once again. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I feel like that's kind of the stage that we've got to in 2021. Like everyone, I think, looks into everything very much. That wasn't a sentence. But kind of thing like you see on Twitter, if it's a Twitter thing, Twitter just goes off every single day. Like I haven't been on Twitter other than to see what the GTA 5 update is as well. And Crazy NZ said lol in the chat as well. They are going for the corner here. So Ulster have got a 5 meter line out and the Stormers have got a 5 meter scrum. One team has 19 points, one team's got 9. So I think theoretically, in a weird dimension, both sides scoring a try. I couldn't say that sentence, unfortunately, there for myself. But now it is going to be Ulster have got the opportunity. Extremely stupid as well, says Sebastian. And now at this stage, Ulster have been able to claim that 5 minutes out at the moment. And they are going for that rolling maul. It looks like the Lions trying to defend it. They're all kind of on the wrong side of the rolling maul, though, and they get it extremely close, dragged down, and it's an advantage as well. It's going to be a free kick now. I believe they will be going for another scrum here. More than likely, I believe they will decide that will be the better option. But Ulster, I feel like they're going to be very close. So I'm going to say that they are going to score a try. They scored a try. Just about to update the scoreboard for the Sale Sharks game, but they were actually able to score it there. Ulster, so we will update the Sale Sharks, and we will also have to update Ulster, but they have been able to score their try, and now they have got themselves a 14-point lead. So that's getting closer and closer. Was it 19 points was the difference that you did need, mate? Or 19.5, but it was the rolling maul originally. They had the advantage, only a metre short of the line, and then from there, Ulster, they used the big forwards round the side. Was it their number 20? Offloads it back, and then once again, was it their number 6 or was it number 7? It might have been 17, actually, who was able to score it there. I'm looking for the number on the back. We're looking for it. No, it wasn't number 17. Instead, it was actually, it was the number 7 once again, scoring himself a try for the second time in the match, I believe, if I'm not wrong, but that one has gone over for Ulster. And now we are going to be updating their scoreboard to 26 points. They've got the advantage once again here for the Stormers. Now it's going to be Marnie Labok going for the cross kick, and mine. It's going to be sitting there. Oh, it was a diving take almost for Edward van der Merwe, but it was just a little bit too far out in front. But they are going back for another advantage here. And Twitter ain't a real place. Dave Chappell as well. There's a dot entertainment and a try for Ulster as well in there. And also, they should have. This shouldn't offend anyone, even the Native Americans as well. So it's going to go in, and also, well, as a person who lives very close to a Native American Indian reservation, let me tell you, it actually ain't cool for very specific reasons as well. Says Katie Dixon, and also come on Stormers. Says Simpsley, and also Lions a useless bunch as well. Says more. So it's not over yet though. Although their game almost is, unfortunately, for 12 minutes left, and also we have got there. It's that the case of Wasp fans need to stop wearing the stingers. But at this stage, 9 penalties against the Dragons in the second half, which is a very large number compared to the Stormers. But there have been no points in the second half for the first 20 minutes of this one. We've got another 19 minutes left in this one now. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not we do get to see one more try, or maybe 2 more. We'll take 2 more tries. If they do have 2 more in the last 19 minutes, I would be very happy. But the Lions, they will need more than 2 tries if they do want any chance of being able to win the match. But Phil Ewan now trying to sell the dummy as well. At this stage, it looks like the Sale Sharks are going to have another kick of the post, which will give them a total of a 4-point lead. As well, we others got there. Okay. Now Stormers are looking for that penalty try. Try to milk penalties in the red side as well. Says Yaroniki at this stage, if they can get one more big push, I think they really want Ifan Ruas off the back of the scrum. It's going to be the big push now. They've got the advantage. Does Ifan Ruas want to know? It's going to be Unkura now. Gives it off to Gallant with the step as well. Not able to link up on the outside to Lilian Zarsini. Has been dragged down by Gonzalo Bertrano. Now has to release him. Are they going to? It's been called a maul, actually. So now it's going to be going off the back, and now it's Ifan Ruas. Only a couple meters short of the line now for the Stormers once again. Going back now, Unkura. Going to be passing it back into the hands of their number 5, Morat. Getting very, very close to the line now at the moment for the Stormers. Can they get themselves their first try of this match? Not just in the second half. Terrible pass there to Marnie Labok, but it's worked out for them now. Dan Duplessis getting back to his feet. Wrestled down. The ball is dropped, and now it's going to be another penalty for them as well. Sharks are killing the Quids as well. Says Shark Brain, but at this stage now it's going to be time off, and they will have to be very careful here, the Dragons, or else they could end up with a penalty and a yellow card once again. And also we have got there in the chat as well. I just think that since you're a Chiefs supporter, you're just trying to show love for your team. Surely, I know fence is intended, and also they tried the wings. They tried the wings, the needles, but they look like a bunch of junky fairies as well. Says it was Sebastian. And also, well, you talk really fast and read fast. Probably have a 100 IQ. 100 IQ. Says Sim Slayer. I don't think I've ever done an IQ test. I know that, like, I've done my exams at school, which I didn't do too badly on. But overall, I think it is just a case of trying to multitask and trying to make sure that I read every single message. Stormers, as well, says fantastic charisma. He's not a happy man, although at this stage, unless, of course, you are a little bit ahead, they have been getting penalties back to back to back, and they are going for the scrum once again. So they're trying to get a man in the bin at the moment. Oh, hang on. They are saying that the Stormers were keeping the ball in with their hand at scrum time. A little bit of an interesting tactic, but it did work out for them. So now it's going to be another 5-meter scrum. And they haven't really been able to get that one going forward completely here, the Stormers. I know that they want Ethan Ruiz off the back, or maybe Gallant once again. He isn't actually down on this left-hand side this time. He has decided to go back across to the right, so maybe Mali Lebok looks for another cross kick if they get the opportunity. But Nkura must not be too far away from it. Will be Paul DeVette making his way out there possibly. Now it's available once again. Another hand flicking the ball back for the Stormers there. The Dragons have done well, but now Ethan Ruiz breaking off the back now. Getting close, and it's great defense on him, though, by the Dragons. They are playing like a side who want to win this match. And at the moment, it's going to be Berra. No little knock on, though, so it's going to be another scrum here for the Stormers. Everyone is swarming at the moment. Players are falling down all over the place. The Lions have got another line out. Nkura now passing it back. Gallant with the step on the inside. Offload as well to Skara Untapeni, who is dragged down by Nkura. Oh, sorry, that was actually Berra. No. Still available here for the Stormers once again. Only a total of 16 minutes left in this game, and they are still fighting for their try. The Stormers, they haven't been able to get one yet, but are they going to be able to get one? So Gallant with a kick in behind. It's going to be sitting up Lillian's ass, and he scores the try for the Stormers, and they have been able to take the lead for the first time in this match, and the crowd are booing. They are not happy with that one as well. And now at this stage, we will have to update the scoreboard, and it's going to be Lillian Zass in the number 14 jersey for this match originally, in the number 11 jersey. Sam Davis is asking the question, and they are saying, no, mate. So now it is going to be the try here, more than likely for the Stormers, I believe, unless they go upstairs. I don't believe they are, but Mani Lapoki is calling for the ball. They do not want this one checked. And now we will go that the Dragons try scorers. I actually put Josh Lewis as the Stormers try scorer, which is around the wrong way. So we will highlight his name, and we will switch it so that he is scoring the try for the Dragons. And now we have got a try scorer for the Stormers as well, and it was Lillian Zass who was able to get that one there. Lillian Zass in the total minute of 64. So we've still got 16 minutes left in this game as well, but it was a little kick in behind from Gallant set up for Zass, and he was able to put it down and score themselves the try. And also we have got there in the chat, but we have to give credit to the Dragons defense. They did very well for as long as they were able to hold out for that one as well. We have got there a little bit earlier on for the long story short, teams who use NA symbolism. I assume that's North American or North American. Hopefully I've got that correct. Symbolism, heraldry, etc., making money while Native Americans are ignored and left to fend for themselves. They do not receive the same care as other citizens. Yeah, so that is pretty rough when I hear that side of it as well. So I assume that that's the reason why they have done it as well for that one. And also we have got there in the chat, for kind of coin and headset to Katie as well. And also credit to the Stormers for piling up the pressure, and also Manusco Stormers as well there. And also there, I assume the Chicago Blackhawks and Washington Redskins have the same hassle because of this then as well, says Sebastian. And also my 6-year-old son wants to know why the logo on the New Zealand Chiefs is holding a chicken in its hand. I think I said he's hungry as well. Says it was it's only entertainment, but now at this stage, it is going to be the score for this game, I should say, is going to be 14 to the Stormers here and 10 to the Dragons. So he wasn't able to get the conversion. So only it is going to be a 5-point game between these two sides. So sorry, a 4-point game. Can't do maths at the moment, but Ulster once again going to be only a few meters out from their line. Harlequins at the moment 1 point down in their game with a total of 22 minutes to go as well. And Redskins no longer exist because of that very fact as well, says Katie Dixon there. And also we have got there Yebo Baba as well, says Johannes there, which I'm not too sure what that means, but hopefully it wasn't anything too bad. But now at this stage, it's going to be Nkura once again driving forward, and it's going to be Sunday coming on the field for Fouché, who has been having a decent game at number 3, although he has dropped the ball just a few too many times for his liking. That one's gone straight up from Nkura. You kind of saw him go like that after doing it. He wasn't too happy. All going straight through, and now it's going to be in the hands of the Dragons. The replacement, Davies, almost finding the offload there. Into the hands of Rodri Williams. But now kicking it back down the middle of the field there. Gallant finding a bit of space in behind. Coleman on the field now, and that is replacing Doug as well. So we've only had the 1 try in the first half, 1 try in the second as well. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not we get any more in this one. How's it going with the Lions game at this stage? Phil Ewan's going to be coming off the field. Seeing there is a total of 5.5 minutes left, 26 to 10. And the Lions, they were inside of the 22 for Ulster for quite a wee while, but they just weren't quite able to get over the line. That's going to be, is it a try to Joe Marchant, or is it going back? Oh, they're going back for a full pass, I believe it is. That was almost a try for the Harlequins right there. We have got there as a slow process because it's also a teaching experience for those who don't understand the phenomenon as well. And also we have got there, they were forced to change their name. Well, I can totally understand why though as well, says Sebastian. I guess it's kind of similar to it's not really similar, but the Crusaders, their new logo, they had to change it due to kind of the history behind the Crusaders' old logo. So because of that, they had to change it. I believe it was going to be the Highlanders as well. Almost had to change theirs, but of course, very different situations between those two. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of transpires from that, because I believe the Wasps, they are playing tomorrow night at 3 a.m. and we are actually going to be doing that game on the live stream. On the channel, it is going to be the Wasps taking on the Exeter Chiefs. What should be a very good game. Hopefully, Stuart Hogg scores himself a try. We haven't seen one from him in a little while. And now at this stage, it is going to be time back on. 67.5 minutes through this one. Hello, Hamish, as well, says Kevin. Welcome in. It must be night time there. Now, Kevin, I believe you said morning last night, so good morning to yourself there, mate. Hopefully, you are doing a good morning. Doing a good morning. That's not quite a sentence. Hopefully, you're having a good morning. That's how you say it. But now it's going to be Paul DeVette. Fires it back across, and now it's going to be Efan Ruas on the outside. Gives it off to Warwick Gallant. Loves to run the ball. Didn't quite find the pass on the outside, and now he's well and truly shut down by the Stormers, the Dragons defense. Still only a 4-point difference. Gallant is a phenomenal player as well. A good replacement for Franz Stein. Says fantastic charisma. Now it's going to be Marnie Lebok on the left boot. Once again, kicking it down the middle of the field. Do the Dragons decide to return fire, or do they decide to try and run it out? It looks like they are going to be kicking it back downfield. Josh Lewis, the big kick, goes straight into the hands of Marnie Lebok. Across to, it's going to be Gallant once again. Getting it in behind, trying to go for the 50-22, sits up for Sam Davis. There's been a huge amount of kicks throughout this match. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it's been plenty. It's going to be close to a 50-22. Oh, Gallant with a bit of a juggle. It went backwards though. Got very lucky and now has been able to kick it downfield. The crowd are not happy about it. That's a brilliant kick from Gallant as well, going only a few meters out. In fact, it's in the in-goal area. And now Rodri Williams is going to have to run this one back out, the replacement halfback, replacing Gonzalo Bertrano for this one as well. Taken nicely there by Lillian Zass, the one try scorer for the Stormers at the moment, and now they're going for the counter-attack. It's going to be Edward van der Merwe. Passes on the outside now to Rohan, now goes for the 50-22 once again. Oh, it's an awkward one, close to the touchline, but well handled by, it was the man in the number 52 there. It's kicked back downfield once again. It has found touch, but it is going to be going back for the Stormers line out, and they are going to have it only a few meters out, or probably around 30 meters out or so. Oh, okay, so it was going to be, actually it is going to be marching back to where he kicked it from, unfortunately for the man. They are saying that he took it back, so because of it, it does mean that it is going to be. We'll just wait and see. It came off the roof there. So I believe they are saying he was just outside of that 22, and because of that, it does mean now it's the Stormers line out just outside it. Also, we have got their sad score for Lions against Ulster, although they don't look like they've given up quite yet, and if they can score themselves a try in this very minute, and possibly get themselves 3 more points, they will get that bonus point, but I feel like that might be just a little bit too far away for them at the moment. And now they're doing decent draw and pass, though. So they're marching their way forward. I believe it was Emmanuel Tachuka, the replacement, who did have the hands. Oh, Paul DeVette, his hands weren't working, and he has dropped that ball now. And it does mean that it's going to be the scrum for the Dragons just outside of the 22. Also, Gallant is putting his hand up for the number 15 jersey for the boys for the November test as well. Says it was Jeranek, and also morning, brother David, as well. Morning in for David. David, welcome in. Yes, good morning all. And also we have got their thanks side, night my side as well. Yes, it's morning my side, isn't it? I messed that one up badly. I meant, yeah, no. I feel like I dug myself a hole. It is going to be nighttime for you because it's morning for me. I forgot that it was nighttime for me last night. My brain is not quite working. Good morning, my brother David as well. Says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, hey brother, how you doing? Dragon scored, says Warriors only, although I am just a little bit behind. I am still 70 and 40 seconds in at the moment, so I haven't quite been able to see it yet, but it's going to be an attacking maneuver if they score themselves a try from where they are on the field. But the Stormers at this stage, what was your Warriors only, what was your amount that the Lions had to lose by? Was it 19 points? I'm not sure. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. I mean, Quinn scored as well, says Warriors only. Oh, they did indeed. Marcus Smith converts that one, so now they are going to be having the lead here. Or actually, they were able to get the 3 points. And that one, so the Harlequins now going to be sitting on 22 points. There we go. Being able to take the lead, like I mentioned, they normally finish games a lot better. That's going to be, once again, another scrum reset here. And also, we've got the, how you buddy, as well on the Hamish emoji in the chat, says David. That is a new one as well. I only just recently added that emoji in. And if you guys do want access to that emoji, anyone who hasn't got it, It is the channel membership pin comment. It does help support the channel. And also, you do get access to those exclusive emojis and whatnot. But also, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back with the other matches of the United Rugby Championship tonight with the Sharks. They are going to be playing... Are they playing? They're playing Edinburgh, I believe. And then also, it will be the game between the Bulls and the Cardiff side, which is going to be a very exciting one. We're sharp boys as well. He forgot to mention the Quins are ahead as well, says Sebastian there. But now at this stage, Rodney Williams going to be feeding this ball in. It's a big push, though, from the Stormers, but it's available for Williams at the back once again, just inside of their 22, but now it's going to be breaking the line there almost. It was Sam Davis able to go through. Rodney Williams now, he is almost able to get the line break, but Willie Engelbrecht able to drag him down as well. 40 metres out for their own line here for the Dragons, and they are trying to pierce the gap. Sam Davis once again getting a carry here for them, and they are trying to work their way forward. I believe the game between Ulster and the Lions at this stage is pretty much over there. They are after the 80 minutes, so we are just waiting to see whether or not there will be any more points on the board. It is going to be taken nicely, and now straight on the ball, though, and it's going to be Tennyson who was able to win it for the Stormers, right? They are currently 14 points to 10 up. They have got a penalty straight out in front, about 40 metres out. Do they decide to take on the 3 points, or do they go for the corner once again and try and pour on that pressure? The only problem with getting the 7 points, or sorry, getting the 3 points would be that they'd only have a 7-point lead. What are they doing? Marnie Lebock trying to decide here. They are going for the tee, so they are going to get themselves that 7-point lead, which will put all of the pressure back onto the other side. But now it's going to be, I believe that's Vincent Tachulka running his way forward for the Lions, and it was a little knock on, though, so that's going to be the end of that game. 26 points to Ulster and 10 to the Lions, and you can see that they are disappointed because of the fact that they were right in that game going into the second half. Actually, it's 20 past 10 in the evening in South Africa. Surely way past his bedtime. So I imagine also Mr. Sharkey is currently punching the air right now, as well, says Jody Blaze. And also we have got there doing well, brother, just chilling as well from Jody Blaze. And a reminder of how things were, or once were, in the last couple of centuries when they were so much suffering worldwide as well. I believe the ball fell off the tee there for Marnie Lebock, so he's got a little bit of smile on the face. The crowd aren't too happy about it, but it does mean that now he is going to have another opportunity to give them just that little bit more of a lead if they get the chance here. But Marnie Lebock now 6 minutes left in this game as well. Striking it well, Marnie Lebock. It's gone down the middle, and now the score is going to be 17 points to the Stormers and 10 to the Dragons with only 6 minutes to go on this one. Cool, but as well, and there says David and we'll always have faith in the good old people as well. The good of all people as well, says going to come in, says Katie Dixon, and actually it's 20 past 10, says Sebastian there. Yeah, because time zones have been kind of muddled a little bit. I know that we were at one stage 3 hours ahead of Australia. Has that one gone out on the full there? Oh, it's going to be Edward van der Merwe. It's a bit interesting for the referee. He ended up just touching Van der Merwe on the head, but pretty much Van der Merwe took it inside of the field of play and then jumped out. So because it does mean that it is going to be a penalty, we have got there. Jesus is late for you, Amish. As I was saying, Williams, believe it or not, I actually went to bed at about 11:30 or so last night, although I did only get about 3 hours sleep just because of the fact that I kept on waking up thinking I was in the middle of a live stream, trying to talk to people probably more than likely, but we are up at the moment. We've also got the new emoji, Isaac, so be sure to use that Hamish one in the chat as well. Now it's going to be Rodney Williams. The Dragons starting to build themselves up a little bit more here. 5 minutes left. One try apiece in this one. Sam Burgess. No, it's not Sam Burgess. It is Sam Davis running on the inside. And now Davis once again sells the dummy, trying to pierce the line. He's going to be dragged down by the Stormers, though. And Bluss at the moment made his way out onto the field, replacing Brock Harris in the number one. And also, I'm with you, 100%. Katie is going to go in and also wanting Sale Sharks to win, says Barry Green. And also, we have got there, yes. And the chat from Johannes. But now at this stage, driving forward once again here for the Dragons. They're on the 22 at the moment. The phases are up to 8, and they are trying to find their way through. And it's going to be a draw and pass here. Gallant well marked up, though, on the outside to be able to drag them down. Still not making too many meters, but all they need is just that one line break. The last time that they scored the try, it was off a grubber. Do they try it again? That's a big question. Now it's going to be Moriarty. Is it? He had a broken nose a little bit earlier on, but he's decided to just go back out, and now it's going to be the penalty advantage here. Rodri Williams snipes around the side as well, getting very close to the line, but they've still got the advantage. Ifan Roa straight on the ball, and they're going to be going back for the penalty. Now the question for the Dragons is, what do they do? They're straight out in front. I believe they will kick this one for the corner. They need to find themselves a try. You go for the draw first and then get the points later, or do you? Sam Burgess looks like he might be lining up this one for the kick, maybe. Okay, I think they are going for the corner, I want to say. We'll have to wait and see, though. They're still having the team meeting. Going for the corner is what Ross Moriarty said as well. Sam Burgess as well says it was Johnny Blazer. Also there, Hamish emojis in the chat. And very few teams can beat Ulster and Belfast Lions. Found that out the hard way as well. So it's going to go in. And also there, it's a very close one between the Sharks and the Quins. A worthy opponent finally as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, at this stage they are 68 minutes into that game. 22 points to the Harlequins and 20 to the Sale Sharks. 3 tries scored by the Harlequins. So they need one more to be able to get themselves that bonus point. And while we are talking of points and whatnot, we will show the table. Ulster were able to get themselves a 4-point win over the Stormers, over the Lions. So because of that, they are going to be sitting on 19 points now, top of the table, going into the next few games of this competition. Whoever wins this game, they will be able to leapfrog themselves. The Stormers, they want this win, but the Dragons now going for that rolling maul. 3 minutes left in this match as well. The Stormers, they have had a win, they have had a draw and 2 losses. Is this going to be the first one? Now it's going to be Rodri Williams once again, passing it back. Sam Burgess nailed in the tackle there, but it's a little knock on of the hands of the Stormers, and now it's going to be the scrum feed once again for them. We have got there in the chat. Well done to the Stormers, almost over the line as well, and Stormers will win this game as well, says Gerhard. And at this stage, as long as they can get a good scrum here, they will be in a very decent position to be able to do so, but they need to make sure that that scrum keeps stable, because or else it will be straight out in front as well. So if the Dragons can score one more try, it could end up being another draw. Sam Burgess' rugby career wasn't very good, thanks to Cupcake George Ford and his daddy as well. There says Johnny Blazer. Also, come on, Stormers, hold on for us. And also, you need a try here. Kicking is not an option, says Sebastian. And also, we have got their Stormers might draw again. Would be a shame for them because of the fact that they have been able to get just that little bit more momentum. How is Marcus Smith playing? Says Ronaldo. From what I have seen, he has been able to nail, I think he has got a total of 3 out of 4 kicks or somewhere around there. It hasn't been too bad overall so far, but I will get to see it in the next kind of 10 minutes or so. Once this game is over, I'll be able to watch that one at the same time as doing the analysis. But it's going to be the Sale Sharks now with another opportunity to get themselves 3 points. Kieran Wilkinson will be the man lining up, but now the Stormers. It's going to be a big push. Oh, it's going to be actually stolen there for the Stormers. And now going out to the side, it's going to be in the hands of Lillian Sass. Massive kick downfield here. And it looks like no one's back there. So now Lillian Sass, he is right there trying to chase it as well. It's going to be in the hands of the number 15. No, it's not Lillian Sass. He's going to get it, and he scores it. And he scored the try. He kicked it downfield, and that is going to be the win for the Stormers. What a try as well. He just drove that scrum was solid, like I mentioned, and then from there, it was able to be stolen. Lillian Sass kicked the ball downfield, ran about 80 meters to be able to get that one. It was just loose, and it was no control at all from the Dragons number 15. And now he has been able to score. That's going to try you score on Rugby Challenge. You just kick it way downfield and hope that you got enough pace. In the end, was kicked miles downfield from the Stormers, number 11, Lillian Sass. And then from there, unfortunately, from the 1 try scorer for the match, for the Dragons, just wasn't able to control it. Then from there, Lillian Sass got up, went down over the line, and he was able to score. Let's go Stormers as well. Fantastic charisma, said well. And also we have got their well in there as well. And boring guy said what a boring game as well there. And also what a try lad, sees that Johnny plays. And also come on Stormers, one more big scrum they did indeed. And also Ulster really lose at home, and you found it out the hard way as well. Says it was going to go in, and also didn't see that coming, says Unirik. And also how boring from the boring guy as well. I told you it smells like a Stormers victory, and they were able to win it as well. Love the commentary, Kiwi lad, as well there. And also we have got their Shark Brain a little bit earlier on. Are you high? Says the boring guy there, but nonetheless, we will add that one to the try scorers list as well. Lillian Sass, and straight out in front as well. They won't get themselves a bonus point here, the Stormers, but they won't mind too much because it is going to be a try, and it is going to be a win for the Stormers. Their first of the United Rugby Championship, just wearing down the clock, and that is going to be full time. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Stormers able to win that game 24 points to the 10, and the one Stormer supporters in the crowd, they are very happy at the moment because of the fact that they have been able to win that one. And Lillian Sass more than likely will get himself man of the match for that performance as well. We're at that one as well. 80th minute, they were able to score that one, and now because of it, they have been able to win that game 24 points to 10, so they will move right up in the kind of table as well, I believe. They will go with this 4 points. They move from 15th. And with the 4 points at this stage, the way that it is sitting, they will be sitting right up in 9th place, just above Cardiff, but they have still got the game to come. The Dragons, actually, how many points did the Dragons lose this game by? They lost it by 14. So you take 14, or you add 14 to the Dragons, they'll be -6. They'll actually be exactly the same as the Dragons, I believe, for points differential. So very close in that regard between the two sides. But this game was also pretty close up until the final moments where we did get to see one more last try as well. And Godfrey has said, well done, Stormers, and also Unified Parties as well. And also we've got there, that's just another boring try for a boring South African team as well. And also we've got the Night Stormers from Johannes, and also the Dragons are caught in a storm as well, says Johnny Blaze. But at this stage now, the Harlequins and the Sail Sharks, I believe he actually missed that kick a little bit earlier on for the Sail Sharks. And they are still trying to drive their way forward as well. Embarrassing way, Dragons to lose it as well, says Barry Green, although they had to throw everything at it, unfortunately for them. Being 7 points down with only a couple minutes left, they were going at least for that draw, but just weren't quite able to get that scrum under control. There were a few scrum penalties to the Stormers a little bit earlier on in the half as well. And it did show that they had just that little bit of an advantage there as well. And also we have got the I am glad Stormers win. So this Europeans can be quiet now. This is the beginning of South African teams to win as well, says Kenneth. And they have got a couple more games coming up, the Stormers. I believe they have got Zebre, and also it will be the second match that will be taking place. And I want to say it's up against Benetton, but I could be wrong there. So I will see whether or not that is the case. But they are going to be played in South Africa. It was recently announced that the Stormers are going to get that opportunity to play on home soil, because it did seem kind of unlikely a little while ago. The games were going to be taking place in Italy, but now they have been changed once again. So the game, round 6, it is going to be the Stormers taking on Zebre, and then round 7, the Stormers, they are going to have the opponent of, they are going to be playing Cardiff as well. So they will have a little bit of experience in terms of seeing the other South African sides taking them on as well. Thanks, Hamish, for the great commentary as well, says Nick. No worries, mate. Anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be covering the 2 games of the United Rugby Championship that are taking place a little bit later on. They are going to be, I believe, more than likely, Edinburgh taking on the Bulls, and then Cardiff taking on the Sharks are the 2 matches that are going to be taking place. Hope you commentate another Munster game. So Hamish as well, says Kanako, and hopefully, if I'm not wrong, I believe the next one we will be doing of Munster, how are they showing it? It might be Ospreys Munster on Sunday. Next week might be the game that we do get to cover. And then if not, then it will be the Bulls versus Munster in 41 days. That's a wee while ago away, I should say, as well. Dragons are 1 from 4. Not too great as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, unfortunately for them, they've been struggling a little bit, although they have been taking on some relatively tough opposition. Like their game with Leinster, they were extremely close, 6 points to 7 in the end. Able to only have Leinster score that one try. Enjoy the multi-streams, most importantly. Thanks, Hamish, as well. It's fantastic charisma. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hugely appreciated there for you guys being there. And also, hope South Africa win. As well, says Alexis, they have been able to. So this team, the Stormers, they were able to get the win. Unfortunately for the Lions, they missed out 26 points to, I believe it was 10. Yes, it was. So 2 very similar games in that regard, just different countries being able to get the wins. And then the Sail Sharks at the moment, they are a very close game, but we will have to wait and see. Sorry, my internet died as well, says Katie Dixon. That is very unfortunate there. I feel like mine is going to crash at some stage today, so hopefully it won't be during one of these live streams. But we have got 2 more, maybe just the one, depending on what we do. Might be 2 Bunnings NPC live streams later on today, and then we will be going into the middle of the night with the Gallagher Premiership, and also it will be in the situation of also having the matches of the United Rugby Championship as well. Thank goodness. Stormers won as well from Johanna. Also, we have got their pain. Of course, they will as well, says Kenneth. And also, yes, Stormers, says Johnny Main there. And also, we have got their South African teams will win all games at home, says Johannes. And also, Lions will lose piss ball management as well, says Mawson. Also, we have got there as well. I say Stormers plus 15. You were very close indeed, with it only being 14 difference. And also, you have my permission, says Sebastian. Win or lose, we don't care as well, says Alexis. And also, we have got there, don't underestimate Munster, says Kanakon. And also, you can feel bad. You can feel bad for the Dragons. They almost got a try for a draw, but lost it in the Stormers scores it as well, says Barry Green. And yeah, they did decide to go for that corner, which you got to say at the time seemed like the right option for them. It's actually Warwick Gallant has got a medal. Sorry. Is he the player of the match? He might have been the player of the match there. Actually, no, I think I got my players wrong. I believe that is actually Lillian Sass who did receive that one. Another good call, Hamish. I like the new emoji too as well, says David. Thank you very much, mate. I originally had it without my headphones on, but my head looked too kind of thin to be able to go for it. I kind of looked like I was a pencil, so I had to make sure that I bulked it up by putting on a headset for that one as well. But at this stage, I will get you guys some stats to do with this match. As we can see here, the Sail Sharks, they have actually taken the lead with 4 minutes left in that game. We are going to be staying on our live stream right up until the end of that game as well, so that you guys know exactly who ends up winning that one. And hey, Hamish, how are you doing today? I'm doing very well, thanks, mate. At this stage, unfortunately, I'm pretty tired due to the fact that I was supposed to try and get around that 8 hours of sleep or somewhere around there, but instead, my body decided, you know what, we'll only give them about 3 hours. We'll act like we were trying to sleep for about 4 hours straight And Quins are losing as well, says Boring Eye. And also we have got there, not looking good for the Quins as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got there, thanks guys, good vibes as well from Johnny May. Welcome in to the live stream once again, mate. For everyone who is tuning in, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to leave a like on this live stream as well. I believe the Stormers, they actually had 71% of the votes for who was going to win this match. And you guys in the end were correct there. Quins overrated, just like the Premiership as well, says Morse. And also we have got there, I'm from Cape Town, so I vote Stormers as well, says Alexis, which is a very decent shout in that regard because of the fact they were able to get the win. And I know at the start they were the underdogs going into that match, but they fought hard and they were able to get themselves a relatively comfortable win over the Stormers with that last 10 minutes or so. It was coming right down to the wire, though. So it was a very good contest between the Dragons and also the Stormers. That's going to be the Harlequins actually winning a penalty there, are they? No, not quite able to get it there, but we are getting up some stats for the Stormers and the Dragons in terms of all of the try scorers. We did see 2 tries for Lillian Zuss and also the 1 try for Josh Lewis in the first half there. And then meters carried, 178 for the Stormers, 99 for the other side, the Dragons, actually 50% in terms of the position, which is very close indeed. 17 defenders beaten for the Stormers, and also they were able to make quite a few tackles, 112 with 14 missed tackles compared to the 100 of the Dragons with the 17 missed tackles for them as well. The player stats, I believe, out of everyone, Ifan Roas actually had the most for the Stormers out of their forwards, 24 with 17 carries throughout this match, 3 defenders beaten. Also, Warwick Gallant for the backs, he had 30 meters carried, 13 carries, 5 defenders beaten as well. So very nicely done by him. The most running meter, Sam Davis, in that number 10 jersey for the Dragons, 17 and 6 carries as well. So overall, not too many meters carried throughout this match, but that is because of the fact that we did see so many opportunities for just kicking the ball back and forth as well. Can you please put Sharks Quinn scoreboard, mate? As well as the Boring Guy, one moment, I might actually be able to do so. Although we have only got a total of 2 minutes left, but I will try and rush up and see whether or not I can get it up on the screen for you guys as well while we are waiting for the end of that game. But it looks like it could be a very close one. 23 points for the Sale Sharks, and they have got a rolling maul going here. The Sale Sharks, they're only going to be a couple meters short. They've got the advantage, right? I feel like from here, it looks like they may be able to win this game. More than likely, I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get the scoreboard up right in time for it to be coming up. I look on Google as well, says Alexis, and also what's the score, says Carlos. At this stage in that game, it is 22 for the Harlequins, 23 for the Sale Sharks. A minute and a half left in that game, and the Sale Sharks have got their 5-meter advantage, only a little bit out of the line as well. And Quincy, they're only losing by 1 point. And you're acting like Sale Sharks have better the sport as well. And at this stage now, they get it very close here. The Sale Sharks pops out the back, going to the short side. It's going to be their number 9. He reaches out and he scores a try. And it is going to be Quirk getting a second try of the match as well. So he has been able to win that game for the Sale Sharks. They are going to be able to take down the Harlequins as well. We have it's got there in the chat as well. What's the score, Carlos? It is now a little bit closer, but they are just going upstairs, are they? Or are they giving the try here? Checking whether or not it is double movement. Who were the Stormers' 2 try scorers? They were both actually Lillian Zuss, who was able to score them both. Scored in the 80th and also scored in around the, I believe, I'm about to see it. Yeah, it's about to come up. It was the 64th minute. So 2 late tries in this match for the Stormers. And Warren Gallant should replace Willie LaRue as well. Perhaps it could be a future option for them. Who knows? Maybe. They haven't announced their side for the Northern Hemisphere tour yet, and some of those players are already up in the Northern Hemisphere, so it would make sense to give them a couple of opportunities. Thanks for giving us Damien De Lende as well. Says kind of going in, and also we have got there. I saw that, and then I almost pooped myself as well. Says Katie Dixon, and also we have got there. It's my pleasure as well, says Alexis. And also, someone loses money, as well, says Johannes. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe both of those bets might be, unfortunately, not paying off, but it is going to be 28 points here. Don Brandt is trying to contest for it, or trying to say that maybe it wasn't the try, but it is going to be. And the Sale Sharks now with a kick to come. And it is going to be just in the 79th minute. There's still 1 minute to go. But at this stage, the Harlequins will not be able to win this game. It is more of the case of will they be able to get themselves a losing bonus point as well. And we have got there, this is the only winning bet. It is my only winning bet. Sharks beating the Quins as well, says the Boring Guy. And also Quins are not always jolly, says Sebastian. And at this stage, I mean, we will have the table up a little bit later on for the Gallagher Premiership, where I will be able to show you guys exactly how it is sitting. But at the moment, for the United Rugby Championship, the Dragons and the Stormers both sitting on the exact same points differential, sitting on the exact same points at the same time as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes in the later stages. But looking at this one with Tom Curtis having this kick at goal, he has got a minute worth of kicking that he is able to do. So I believe this will close out the game. So the Harlequins, they will not receive a bonus point. So they will be sitting on 16 points. Sale Sharks, they have actually played an extra game over anyone else, and they will actually be sitting on 13 now I believe, if I'm not wrong, yes, they will. So they will be sitting on 13 and the Harlequins sitting on 16 now with the game in hand still. But nonetheless, I think we are almost at the end of this live stream. GG, congrats, Sales Sharks. I wonder if Warrior made any money off that bet as well, says Katie Dixon. I believe he backed Harlequins, which I feel bad about what games you're doing tomorrow, says Barry Green. So pretty much, I believe, if I'm not wrong, it will be the Bunnings NPC in the middle of the night in South Africa. We are going to be hopefully doing Waikato versus Taranaki and also the game between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury. So those are the two Bunnings NPC ones that we are going to be doing. Then also we will be doing the Gallagher Premiership match, the Wasps taking on the Exeter Chiefs. Then the two matches, which are going to be Edinburgh taking on the Bulls and then the Sharks taking on Cardiff, are the two other matches that we are going to be covering for the United Rugby Championship. Then a little bit more of the Gallagher Premiership on the Sunday. And then we're straight into the Cricket World Cup as well. And also we have got there for the many Western Province Stormers that played in recovery. You've been a great donation to us as well. It's going to go in. And also we have got there in the chat as well in South Africa, their first win for the Stormers. It was indeed. They have two losses, one draw, and now one win. So they are right in the middle of that one nonetheless, says Johnny Lays. I do end up saying it quite a bit, don't I? For these live streams. Also, we have got their played in red over the years. And also, thanks for the live stream, Hamish. And good night. Thanks, says Alexis. No worries. Hopefully, we do get to see some of you guys back for the United Rugby Championship matches that are taking place. How going to sleep after this live stream? Kiwi lad as well, says Barry Green. So pretty much, I tried to sleep during the night, which didn't really work out for me too much. I only got a couple hours. So because of it, it does mean I'm probably going to end up doing that game between Canterbury and Hawke's Bay it finishes at 7 p.m. New Zealand time, and that's actually when I'm going to go to bed so that I can try and sleep through till the start of the Gallagher Premiership, which will start at around 3 a.m. New Zealand time as well. And thank you, Hamish, for your hard work. No worries, mate. And thank you very much for tuning in as well. Hope the Sharks win too as well. Says Johannes, and cheers for the stream, Hamish. Not the result I wanted, but still brilliant work. Big level. And Stormers won the Dragons by 14. They did indeed. They had a very good performance. Lillian Zuss was able to score himself the 2 tries, including the one right at the end of the game. And the Dragons, just the 1 try in that one. And it was the number 15, Josh Lewis, who was able to get it. But nonetheless, hopefully we do get to see you guys back. I said nonetheless about 3 more times there. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you are new, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. And these Friday night games, not bad after a long week. Something new for South Africa as well, says Morse. Yeah, and it is great to see so many games of rugby taking place. I believe next weekend we do not have the South African sides in the competition for the URC because of the fact that they will be heading to South Africa. So I believe next week, actually, I was about to look it up on my phone, but I realized beforehand I actually made a little thingamabob. These are the rest of the matches that are taking place this week. And then the next week it will just be the old Pro 14 teams playing up against each other in 6 matches, including Scarlets versus Benetton, Glasgow, Leinster, Zebra, Edinburgh, Cardiff Dragons, Connacht, Ulster, and then Munster Ospreys as the final ones there as well. But these are all the other fixtures in New Zealand time. So we are going to be getting up for this one, and we are going to be up for this one as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will still be wide awake at that stage as well. But we haven't got there. Thanks, and I hope you all have a good one and also cool. Have a lovely day. Your side, Kiwi lads, you too, mate. When you do wake up tomorrow morning, as I believe it is nighttime there at the moment in South Africa. And also, thanks, man. You made my day as well, says Alexis. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. You've been here. Much respect, Hamish. See you all later as well, says David Abbott. And at least thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all